morning, PAX East, and welcome back to the PAX Arena. I am so excited to be back here today for day 2 of all the fun and festivities that we have. I'm Lyric, joined by one of my best friends in the entire world. Got Koopa here for the morning show. How you doing, Koopa?
I'm doing great. I hope everyone here in the venue is having a great time. Like I said, we're here for day 2 of PAX Arena presented by DoorDash. We have so much action coming up for you guys today between the Almost Pro Open tournament as well as the Pac-Man 99 showcase we have coming to you guys later today. It was a full day yesterday. It's going to be a full slate of things today, and I hope you were ready for the long run.
Honestly.
Because It's gonna be quite the action-filled day. Like
For sure. A very, very wild day yesterday. I mean, I had the pleasure of casting Stream Stars with Kimona and Ajax, and it was just a ton of Nintendo fun. We got to see some really like classic Nintendo party games, right? With Smash Ultimate. We got to see some great Splatoon action. We also got to, get a look at Kirby's Dream Land Buffet as well. And then finally, of course, ending it off with Mario Party, which Nintendo Fangirl dethroned both Abdallah and Bowser to become a new Stream Stars champion. It was simply awesome.
Yeah, it was quite the array of games yesterday. Like most things, it's all capped off was one heck of a game of Mario Party.
10 turns is like way too quick when you think about it for like all of the chaos to really start. But once we hit that like last 7-ish turns, we were getting some crazy warp block, like really hoping to try and hit that nice spot there. Regardless though, then we hopped into the first 2 waves of pools for Almost Pro. And let me tell you, we got some really furious Smash competition this weekend.
Yeah, like we mentioned yesterday, we have some of your favorite players both nationally and locally here in the New England region. Obviously, the Buzz, a top 10 player in the world. We have players like Cosmos and Jackal, top 20 players in the world who are here. Top 30 players in the world, and some of your favorite local players as well, such as Pelka. Unleashed played a really close inning against the Buzz yesterday. Kiwi, as we were just mentioning Pac-Man before, the Pac-Man main herself, is also here in attendance. So, and again, that's we're just at the tip of the iceberg of what we got going on today. We're still here for another couple days with the Super Smash Brothers at the very least. So. I'm so excited. It's going to be so much fun to watch later.
We have 2 more waves of pools and 2 more groups of great competitors coming out to play. We get to see Ling come out, who's one of the best Peaches, not only in the world, but definitely one of the best in New England as well. And, a couple more, like you said, New England names that are just starting to kind of funnel through PAX this week. I gotta say, shout outs to PAX for just being one of like my favorite events of the entire year. There is so much to do here. Ajax and Kimona and I were talking about yesterday. Any type of gaming, video games, board games, card games, it's all right here. I mean, we were walking around the card game section last night.
And I'm going to walk around it again today. That's the beauty of PAX. I feel like no matter, how, we'll talk more about the shopping stuff later, but we're going to bring you guys a recap of everything that happened yesterday. So first and foremost, let's talk about some of the 6 Super Smash Brothers action. Again, replays brought to you by DoorDash. It's always fun, when you get to see some of the variety stages come out and the dance moves. Ooh.
Yeah, Kimona was definitely whipping it like right there, literally vibing. And that's honestly all about Stream Stars. We even had a showing from Mario and Cappy, as you could see there. And everybody was just really having a good time. I think my favorite game out of all 4 actually had to be Splatoon. We got to see Alex really show up and show out there, and we got to see some amazing, amazing turf wars. And like I said,
when the good guys come out on top. And here we go. We mentioned Kirby's Dream Buffet yesterday. Some absolute carnage in such a cute package yesterday. Let's take a look at that photo finish to the goal there. And again, it was just so much fun to watch. Very, you don't think of Kirby as a stressful game, but that was some stressful stuff. But here we go. The fun of Mario Party, holding no prisoners yesterday, as we mentioned. Again, a 10-turn fiasco to end off the day yesterday.
It was so unfortunate for Abdallah there. All they needed was a 6, and they got a 4, and that's the curse of Mario Party. But we really got to see Nintendo Fangirl not only shine in all the games that crowned her the Stream Stars champion, but we also got to see her really show her stuff in all of the mini games. She was super confident. After that, though, we led right into the Almost Pro and all of the pools that we had there. Shout outs to our friend Nick for getting a very intense RPS there. I saw that live in the crowd, and the crowd has been fantastic so far. Some really good stuff showing out for everybody here. Once again, I think one of the best parts about being at PAX is you never really know who's going to enter that tournament over there.
Yeah, no, we definitely got our fair share of some silly stuff yesterday. You see right there the spike on King Dedede, one of the hardest characters in the game to edgeguard. And again, look what the Buzz doing what the Buzz do best, and that show up. And Hero, a character that is near and dear to my heart, showing up for Choinum yesterday, really putting it on display. with a character that is quite the grab bag of things you can expect. And again, to close out the day yesterday, at least for myself, a really close step between Unleashed and Dabuz. It's a real shame they had to meet so early in bracket yesterday.
It's very true. We saw some really good sets as well, but I definitely want to highlight Unleashed Dabuz because I think that is going to be kind of the theme going on during this tournament. Again, like we said, it's going to be very, very close matches and pools. We're not going to be seeing the finale of the bracket until tomorrow, so we still got some pools to go through. But if you're feeling like playing some Super Smash Bros. Ultimate, head on over to the Nintendo Versus booth. They got Mario Kart, they got Splatoon, and then right next to them, they got Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. And that area is looking, a little bit more packed today, too.
Oh, yeah. You get your games on while you can, man. Like I said, there's some top-tier talent here this weekend. You're not so if you're looking for an opportunity to play against some of the pros, some players you probably watched on Twitch before in the past, I highly recommend checking out the Nintendo Versus booth. Among other things I can mention today, there's so much stuff about around and in front of you here at PAX. Like I said, we walked around the convention center yesterday. I still feel like I just scratched the surface on what the vendors have to offer here this weekend. There's something here for everybody. It's one of my favorite conventions of the year, and shout out to everyone that's already filling up here in the audience here early in the morning. We are so grateful for you guys joining us both here in person and at home on the live streams.
Yeah, absolutely. I cannot wait to feel the energy of the crowd tomorrow, especially during finals. Kimona and I got to commentate the first half of PAX West, and let me tell you, you can really even hear the crowd right in the headsets too. It's such an exhilarating feeling. But of course, Smash is one thing, but let's talk about the Pac-Man 99 Challenge. I'm going to be on that for a little bit, joined by Vicky Kitty and Ajax. I am super excited to talk about this because I actually think it's really cool. Pac-Man 99, of course, one of our sponsors, but we got to talk about all of the cool people who are coming out for Pac-Man 99.
Yeah,
we have a lot of cool influencers that are going to be playing up on that stage. We got Lana Ray, if you don't know her. She has 2.9 million followers on TikTok, and she's also actually known for Roblox, which is really kind of cool to see. I love that Roblox content is still very much alive these days. Roblox has been around for a long time. Going up against Cleo Thomas, we got to talk about Cleo Thomas. Yeah. I feel like a lot of people don't know, but Cleo Thomas was actually known as Zero in the movie Holes from the early 2000s.
You might have been familiar with a little movie or a little book called Holes. That's for Cleo Thomas. His starring role. And then on the other side, we got D-Pity, a Deadpool cosplayer, going up against...
It's 5UPS.
5UPS.
The best Among Us player in the world, as claimed by their social media. But once again, all of these people also make really great content. So make sure you guys seek them out, give them a follow, and support them. But we got to talk about, of course, all of the qualifiers that also led up to this point as well, too. In January, we saw 4 qualifiers. And based on your positioning in terms of your placement, you got points for said qualifier, right? I was looking through who won each January qualifier. It was the same person every single time, Koopa. It was Master A1 every single time, 300 points plus. So Master A1 has come to play Pac-Man for sure.
Yeah, that's why they call him the Master. So again, we're going to see that on display later today, like I mentioned. But and if you guys feel so inclined to do so, then definitely check out the merchandise for the Pac-Man apparel collection. It is available now if you go to www.store.bandai-namco.ent.com. You yourself can own some of this sick Pac-Man merchandise. I'm a big fan. I'm a big fan of crew necks in general. That is definitely one that I have in my shopping cart. You can check out the website, or you can scan the QR code on your screen right there, take you directly to the website. And if you want to take a look at some of the shirts that that some of our pros will be wearing on stream today, you can definitely check them out. Do you have a favorite ghost in Pac-Man?
Probably Clyde.
I'm a Clyde guy myself. Big fan of Clyde. But again, like I said, this is a Bandai Namco Store exclusive. You can check it all out on the website. And check out the sick figurines as well. Oh my gosh. I love art styles like this. So again, Pac-Man, the Richard Orlinski collection, from Bandai Namco Store exclusive. Again, So sick.
Yeah, I love all of the things that Pac-Man has to offer. I mean, look at this figure right here as well. Everything is looking so fly and so clean. I know for someone like myself, I love collecting figures. I think posters fall off my wall too easy, but look at the figures. Look how beautiful they are. Go ahead and scan on that QR code to check out more for sure.
Yeah, if you hitch your wagon to Pac-Man as your character, you definitely have a lot to choose from. So there's never, I feel like, a lack of Pac-Man merch anywhere. As we take, like I said, this would look so cool on a coffee table.
Yeah, for sure. I love subtle merch too. I love things that you can just kind of, like you said, throw on a coffee table. It's kind of a talking piece, not really paying too much attention, and then you kind of notice it, and you're like, oh, wait, hold on. Giving a shout out to Teddy Urso, who is also masked up here in PAX East.
Yes, we love to see it.
We're staying very, very safe here. And once again, thank you to everybody who's hanging out with us in the PAX Arena today. We are so excited to bring you a whole show of some amazing games being showed off this entire weekend, but especially today.
And there we go. If you guys still haven't gotten your Pac-Man fix yet, shout outs to our enforcers down at the arcade booths located directly in front of the Nintendo Versus booth, where you can get your Pac-Man fix in the arcade, in arcade form, in the way that Pac-Man is, some people love to consume their Pac-Man. I love a good Pac-Man arcade cabinet, so.
Honestly, Pac-Man's a classic. How could you not like Pac-Man?
Oh yeah, like there's so much legacy. Like all your parents love Pac-Man, all your grandparents love
That's
Pac-Man.
true.
Like, you know what your high score in Pac-Man is? I don't. I don't know what mine is. I just know I'm pretty good at it from what I've been told. So
Yeah, I'm super stoked for the Pac-Man 99 challenge finals today. I think that's going to be so intense.
No coaching, I'm sorry.
No coaching for sure. But anyway, of course, Koopa, once again, we are here at PAX Arena here at PAX East in Boston. The weather's been pretty nice to us so far. I love Boston. We were having clam chowder last night. So,
yes, it's always a grab bag with the Northeast of what type of March you're going to end up getting. It could be really cold. It could be 60 degrees outside. So hopefully, the weather's been kind to us so far. Hopefully it continues to be kind to us for the rest of the weekend. Again, I love this area so much. Got a lot of friends and and relatives that live in the area. So, shout outs to PAX East, shout outs to Boston, shout outs to great seafood. If you guys haven't had, like I said, a lot of clam chowder last night.
For sure. Also want to give a shout out to the DoorDash gaming booth, literally right to our left, stage right, I believe. They have been hooking up all of the Dash Pass members with some custom merch this weekend as well. You can see it right on Koopa. It's funny because Ajax and Raynessa got the eggs. You and me, we got the bubble tea.
We got the bubble tea.
We did get the bubble tea. I have to know what Kimona, Winters, and Vicky also got too, as we kind of throw it on over to what the DoorDash booth looks like. Once again, shout out to them for being one of our premier partners here at the PAX Arena in PAX East. It's been such a nice time going on over to that booth and talking to some of the employees there. They've also been so rad. Yeah,
it's a cool looking booth. So shout out to those guys over there. You guys are doing great. All right, so I'm so excited for what we have going on today. I've been looking forward, not just to the Super Smash Bros. Stuff all weekend, obviously, but I'm so excited to watch Pac-Man 99 on the big stage. I'm really excited to see, what comes of that. I was watching some of the footage online, throughout the last couple of days. It's super gnarly, and I'm really excited for it. So what are you most looking forward to today?
I think seeing more players come through for Smash, obviously, but like you said, Pac-Man 99, I've been doing a lot of studying for that game. I've also been playing that game a lot, so I want to hear and I want to bounce off a lot of the ideas of how to get that #1 placement, especially competing against 99 players is always really tough. So I can't wait to see how our influencers and how some of our players, they go about their strategy.
Yep, 99 players, but only one will come out on top, and we will find out who that is a little later today. But I believe we're going to take a short break. But stay tuned. We'll be right back, kicking off the Almost Pro Smash bracket right after this break.
so tell me more about this deluxe machine.
As the Deluxe is representative of a new line, we're really excited to kick it off with one of our most iconic flagship titles, Pac-Man, which is the most iconic arcade cabinet of all time. It's something everyone loves, and we couldn't think of a better IP to put into our first machine.
How closely does this resemble the arcade machines we love and remember from back in the day?
So absolutely every machine we make is fully licensor approved with original artwork taken straight out of the past. So this is a completely authentic recreation with only improvements given, such as Wi-Fi support and a larger games list. And what's even cooler is, we've just launched our Arcade1Up companion app, and this seamlessly connects to that along with all past Arcade1Up machines. My single favorite feature is actually the friends list. For the first time ever, you can message people and you can develop a community to play multiplayer tournaments, have leaderboards, compete with people, even message your friends, I'm online, let's play a game. Also, you can track your game library to have a truly personalized experience. It's almost as if you're building a virtual arcade right on your phone with our machines.
What if I have no idea how to play any of these games?
Well, we have an amazing tips and tricks section actually written by our Arcade1Up staff that might give you a leg up over the competition.
Get wrecked, son.
Maybe this will help with the sting. Your game's looking a bit sloppy. Here, let me help you clean that up.
Stay in your game with DoorDash.
Welcome to the PAX Arena presented by DoorDash. We have a really exciting show for you guys today. Starting out with our Almost Pro, we've got some Smash for you guys. That's going to be awesome today. We're really excited to get our competitors here out on the stage. Now, they're not coming out yet, right? We're going to let our commentators talk about them a little bit, but it will be Kiwi and Patani J, casted to you by Lyric and Koopa. Now, PAX Arena, this has been a phenomenal show. We had some great action yesterday. We're really excited for what we're going to do today. And we are thrilled to have DoorDash here supporting everything that we're doing with these players and with this show. And they're here to help you stay in your game. So, fun fact for everybody here, for those watching at home, if you sign up for Dash Pass with code PAXE23, it rhymes, easy to remember, you are going to get 50% off your first order. And if you're here in the arena, they'll make custom merch for you over at the booth. So make sure that you check them out. But otherwise, it's time to get into some gameplay. So, you know what, Lyric, Koopa, I'm going to throw things over to you so that we can get our players started and everybody here can enjoy top-tier competition from Almost Pro.
Thank you so much, Renessa. And once again, shout outs to DoorDash. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. It's us. We're back here for day 2 of PAX Arena. Once again, presented by DoorDash. I'm still Koopa. That's still Lyric. We are here to bring you guys our next wave of action today. Like we mentioned, we're going to have a local legend, one of my favorite players, and just an all-around great human being. Kiwi going up against Patari J in our first round of the Almost Pro this morning. So.
I gotta say, Koopa, we just had a long talk about Pac-Man 99, and here we are having one of the best Pac-Man in the world, I would say, up on that stage playing Pac-Man. Like you said, Kiwi, both of our really good friends. Kiwi has been around for multiple iterations of this game as well. She plays Pac-Man, she also plays Kirby as well, some other characters in the pocket, but she is mostly known for this Pac-Man. She's definitely one of the strongest in New England. She's a great doubles player. We are only playing singles here, but that doesn't go to show that it's over for Patari J. We never know what you can get at a con tournament in terms of character.
Yeah, Kiwi definitely shows her she really likes round characters, between Kirby and Pac-Man.
Yep.
But like I said, you never quite know the sort of talent you're going to run into, and we're taking a look at, our stream run today. We got some fun players coming up. We got Blitz Luigi coming up as well. We got local New Jersey legend KGP.
Oh, cannot wait.
So. And in case you guys are just tuning in today, we're going to show you our format that we're playing in this weekend. As well. So we're playing 4 waves, 2 pools per wave, and it's all best of 3 in pools. Once we reach top 24, 3 players are going to advance from each pool. It's a best of 5, and pools in top 24 double elimination. So.
I just want to talk about how we're going into best of 5 really early. I feel like the Smash community has definitely started to make jumps towards playing not only like bigger segments of the tournament in best of 5s, but honestly for the whole tournament now playing best of 5, and it's going to give us really, really good sets. We've already seen that in the beginning of the year from the community, but now we get to see the prize pool. Let's talk about it. $10,000 here on the line. $4,000 for first place. That's a pretty nice penny that you can spend here at PAX East.
Yeah, absolutely. And again, like you mentioned, the more best of 5s you have, because especially in a game with so many characters, there's so many matchups you have to be studied in. The more consistency you can add to the formula, the better product you're going to end up getting. So, but we are not quite there yet. We're going to see how this all shakes out as our competitors sit down at the stage. Actually, we're going to have Pac-Man himself joining us on the stream, going up against Mewtwo, the legendary Pokemon.
This one's going to be a little bit harder for Mewtwo, I think. I think with Pac-Man having really, really strong smash attacks, Mewtwo being very light, and having a lot of big hitboxes, I feel like Kiwi's just going to be able to throw that bonus fruit right at Mewtwo and really just kind of send him off stage. It's really going to be about the elusive gameplay. Now, Mewtwo can reflect projectiles, but when you have more than one flying at you, it might be a little bit hard to kind of get under control here.
Yeah, it's definitely going to be a tough order for sure. Like we mentioned, Mewtwo not necessarily known for his durability. Pac-Man, while also not known as being the heaviest character, definitely feels very dense. You know what I'm saying? Like, it feels like Pac-Man is not, gotten rid of very easily. But Mewtwo definitely has some tools to mitigate that. A lot of strong smash attacks, 2 kill throws in his disposal as well. So, we shall see what Batari J is able to bring to the table here against Kiwi. We're getting into game 1 here, folks.
Yeah, I'm loving the way that Kiwi's already just trying to get her win condition. But this is another thing about Kiwi's gameplay that I love. The ability to just box. You can go and play very aggressive, or you can play very passive. And I like how Kiwi's like, you know what, I'll just get the bonus fruit ready for when I need it, and let me just start attacking you up front here. Still, Batari J now stuck in the corner right now, as Kiwi's still laying on an onslaught of aerials. No tech on the ledge, and that's going to be first stock gone.
Yeah, just like that, Kiwi, very almost effortlessly took that stock. And like you mentioned, the bonus fruit, just having it on deck is definitely going to be, a factor to the matchup. Pac-Man definitely can scrap with here like the best of him. He definitely has a rep of being a long-range, projectile character, but definitely has the tools to get up close and, really screw you up. And you see right there, Kiwi really showcasing that nicely.
Absolutely. Now, still, I think it's really funny how in Ultimate now we're seeing Pac-Man grab get so much more screen time as Kiwi now going to get the bell. The bell does stun, but unfortunately for Batari J, just going to fall, unfortunately, into the blast zone here as Kiwi still taking it to the sky right now. The rapid jab doesn't connect because of the water from the hydrant here. So now Batari J has an opportunity to try and bring this back, but still Kiwi finding the F smash on the tag and looking like a 3-stock already for our first game of the day.
Ooh, okay, gonna hit the F tilt right there. Misses the F smash. That would have wrapped it up. Batari J still getting a chance here, but the keys to success hitting from across the way. Gets the reflection off the bell. Where is it? It hasn't come down yet.
Mewtwo dash attack extending onto the hydrant as well. So now Kiwi in perfect form to try and take this here. Batari J going to be able to find the F smash, though. It's not going to be enough. So now Kiwi just going to take some time high in the sky to get that hydrant down. The bell doesn't hit, though, and that F smash is going to take out her first stop.
Yeah, going to get Batari J on the board, but Kiwi answering back almost immediately. The reflection, that did so much damage, Lyric.
Yeah, not looking too good if you're Kiwi. Now you're starting to lose a lot of unnecessary percent. The Nair instead of the up smash punish, though, giving Batari J some more time to try and bring this back. Kuba, if you're Batari J, what do you do now?
Well, there, unfortunately, isn't much you can do, as you can see. Pac-Man's bonus fruit does have different attributes once you throw it into the hydrant water. Mostly, it just kind of flies backwards at you at twice the speed, and it's very funny when it happens. It's one of those things where you just kind of have to hold it. But, you know, again, Batarie J was doing, you know, the right things there. Obviously, you know, maybe you don't want to get caught you know, relying too much on that side B, the confusion, obviously. Very good reflection tool, very good at getting your opponent out of shield as well. But Pac-Man showing he has a number of tools that come out just fast enough, you know, to help him act out of harm's way in that regard. But again, I think the big thing you look at with Mewtwo in most matchups is using his range.
Yep.
You know, things like F-tilt and down tilt, you know, are really good spacing tools that can help you set up into that really powerful aerial kit that Mewtwo has to play with.
Absolutely. I think Mewtwo has some very good ways to kind of catch you off guard. That neutral air leads into so many other combo tools. We will be seeing the same matchup, though, from both Kiwi and Batarie J here. Going to Battlefields, I actually disagree with this pick when you're going up against Pac-Man. Pac-Man has tons of opportunities to use these platforms to really kind of set up. But look at Batarie J already on the offensive. Kiwi now kind of trailing behind just a little bit.
Yeah, and like I mentioned, you know, the long range of Mewtwo is exactly what's going to make this this matchup a little bit more favorable for Batarie J. You know, obviously those smash attacks are incredibly strong as well, but Mewtwo's aerial game is what makes him incredibly dangerous. There you go, able to nair through the hydrant, but not able to get the follow-up with the dash attack. Kiwi able to answer back almost immediately.
All right, still both players on ledge right now. Kiwi going to be able to find the apple toss. Once again, you were talking about these side specials. They're looking really good from Batarie J this game so far, but now Kiwi trying to get a stun with the bell, and the side special into the up tilt looking much better. We were talking about this. Mewtwo is a character that can extend very far out, but now Kiwi's stuck on the ledge here. Still tries to get the orange, will be able to find the hit. Can she find the stop, though? She can.
Yeah, excellent. Brilliantly set up by that trampoline by the ledge. Batarie J doing a regular get up into it, setting up perfectly into the F smash. And now Kiwi going right back to work here. That Galaga ship at low percent does so much damage, especially against bigger, you know, combo-friendlier characters like Mewtwo. But does not matter. The fire hydrant knows no equal.
Yeah, we were talking about that reflector, right? And reflecting so masterfully there on Batarie J part to get that stock. Now Kiwi going to be able to find the falling back air twice here, potentially on stop right now. But unfortunately for Batarie J, no jump. That stock goes on over to Kiwi.
Yeah, tough stuff for sure. So now Kiwi with two almost fresh stocks to play with. Good drag down there. Just help himself fight down to the ground. But Kiwi, once again, able to avoid any sort of real long strings there.
Absolutely. Still, both players just using their tilt against each other. I like the reflex so much more now here, too. Unfortunately for Kiwi, not going to be in position to punish the recovery onto stage here. But still, Batarie J going to be able to get the disable and can find the forward smash. But unfortunately for them, can't find the stock.
Yep, so they're able to find the KO. The apple will at least, you know, force Batarie J to kind of hang back a little bit. This time the water does not mess up the rapid jab.
Still, just a battle of projectiles at this point. Everyone's just trying to get their win conditions here. Kiwi looking for the bell. It will connect, but unfortunately the F-tilt won't be able to do it here. The down air off of the ledge will, though. That's going to be Kiwi winning it 2-0. And, you know, Pac-Man already looking really good for today.
Yeah, again, you saw what makes his characters so pesky to fight against. You know, Pac-Man both being able to play from a distance very well with the bonus fruit. But you know, with the aid of the hydrant to kind of disrupt your own offensive strategy, but also able to scrap with you up close. Things like Nair, things like down there obviously are very, very strong. You know, the big red boots definitely coming out in spades there in that first set for Kiwi. So shout outs to her. Hope to see more of her as the weekend continues. And, you know, if you're Batarie J, you know, you're not deterred. You still have a losing bracket to play through at the very least. There's definitely some good information to absorb there. And Kiwi is such a good sport. You know, you definitely know she's provided some support and wisdom there as well. So.
Checking out the DoorDash replays coming up. It's so funny because I feel like Pac-Man Hydrant, as long as you know how to play around it, you can also use it to your, like, advantage as well. But once again, this is a very seasoned Pac-Man player using the trampoline setup to catch the standard get up into the jump and then boom, just forward smash right there. Kiwi just, once again, a longtime veteran of Super Smash Brothers across multiple games. We know that we're going to be seeing her for sure more this weekend.
Absolutely, but we are continuing on with our next match. We have local New Jersey legend, my friend and yours, Fabs, sitting down at the stream thing. And we have Glindwer sitting down opposite Fabs. So this is going to be a lot of fun. Obviously, Fabs, a member of the Collision Smash team, production, a jack of all trades.
A run-of-show legend for sure. I have to be so honest with you, Koopa. We've known Fabs now for how long? A couple of years, right? I don't think
For a long time.
I don't think I've ever seen Fabs pick up a controller. He's laughing up there too. He knows very well. This is, though, Glindwer. I'm excited to see who they play. Honestly, for somebody, like I said, that we've known for so long, I have no idea who Fabs plays. He's laughing up there.
I want
We're
to say it's a
laughing
space
back here.
animal.
I don't know. Give us a hint. Oh, we got supportive people in the front too. Got the peace sign, of course, as well. That's Fabs, everybody. Once again, one of a really good bean, as I like to say.
Greg, yeah, great guy. You know, shout out to all the Collision Smash team that's here. Some of them are walking by right now in the crowd. So shout out to those guys, especially Kevorkian. You saw him on stream yesterday.
The most intense RPS I've ever seen. Production highlighted that like 4 or 5 times.
And shout out to everyone in the crowd this morning. Are you guys having a good time so far?
We want to hear you. Love to see it. You all look beautiful this morning.
Absolutely. Shout out to the cosplayers as well.
That's true. Every cosplayer I've seen is amazing. So we got plenty of seats, though, if you want to rest your feet. I know after day one, my feet were on fire. So like we talked about earlier in the morning show, there is tons to do here in PAX East. You got to play all of your favorite games, and maybe you could even find some of your favorite games here. Glindwer on the Ganondorf.
Ooh, I'm here for it. The Gerudo King gracing us with his presence on this beautiful Friday morning. It's Captain Falcon, okay.
I love this.
Yeah, actually, you know, I think I did know that.
I didn't know that. I'll be real. I didn't know Fabs even played this game. I think it's really funny to see these two characters, though, because I think in the competitive Smash community, we always say that Captain Falcon's a better version of Ganondorf. A lot of the moves kind of mimic each other as well. So it's going to be fun to see a fast archetype versus a kind of slow and steady archetype as well.
Yeah, for sure. These two have definitely been a bonded pair, you know, since their first iteration of Super Smash Brothers, you know, together almost 20, you know, over 20 years ago. So, but you'll see what will prevail here. Will it be the People's Champion or the Gerudo King? It's starting on Pokemon Stadium 2 and already fast off to the to the taunt button.
I gotta kind of throw it out there too. Ganon is one of those characters where I feel like a lot of people are like, oh, it's Ganondorf, doesn't matter. Ganondorf can hit you hard and can hit you a lot more than when you think. When you take one hit from Ganon, a lot of the times, you know what, it happens. Oh, jeez. A lot of times when you start getting hit by Ganon, that damage stacks up very quickly here. Fabs, though, going to be able to get a grab. Unfortunately, cannot get the throw up. Glindwer with a really good mash out there.
Yeah, again, you're seeing what Captain Falcon does best. That's being able to apply so much pressure. He is an incredibly fast character. Oh! Here we go. The side piece coming in clutch there. You see Glindwer going for the down smash. Doesn't matter. The F smash won't connect. And that is going to get the game started here, folks. Fabs is already down a stock card.
Ooh,
but immediately
okay.
enters back with the spike. Your moves. Show them to me.
Honestly, after getting flame choked by Ganon 3 times in a row, you had to bring yourself back there. I do have to say that Fabs is doing an excellent job with a lot of these get-up attacks as well. Stopping a lot of the damage here, but that's going to be back-to-back down airs by Fabs right now. Definitely not playing around, Koopa.
No, absolutely not. You have to hit Ganon where it hurts, and in that area, it is his recovery. You know, both these characters, you know, definitely, you know, because of how similar they are, struggle in the same areas. And, you know, those very linear recoveries are going to be very easy to punish. Not again. Do I hear 3? Can I get 4?
Oh, yeah.
How about
Can
5?
we get 5, Fabs,
Nope.
please? Once again, bailing himself out there with the get-up attack into the knee, though. And the down air going to send Fabs off the top. What a way to start this game.
Yeah, there's that shot of adrenaline you guys were looking for this morning. Okay. Okay, no, we were not going to get it under the 4-piece. Fab's going to get a grab of himself, though. Goes immediately for the forward throw. Captain Falcon forced to burn a jump. The dunk. There we go. 3 spikes. Count them 3. I hope you guys are keeping track at home.
Honestly, I love the way that Fabs is really like hitting these down airs. A lot of the times Falcons really try and find that short hop back air either off ledge or they just kind of jump full hop and do it. But the explicit like way that he's really just going for it with intention, you love to see it. It's the confidence here. Once again, shout out to all of you in the crowd. We will be seeing the same matchup though. Falcon versus Ganondorf. I have to just chuckle a little bit because 4 flame chokes in a row. Really?
Yeah, we're definitely gonna get him in the group chat for that one later. But like like I said, truthfully, like I'm not surprised to see that many spikes come through because, like I said, both these characters are sort of kind of function the same way and they struggle in the same aspects. Being those very linear recoveries are very susceptible to being spiked, especially with how big the hitboxes are in those downers for both these characters. So look for that to be a factor again in this game as Fabs gets off to another quick start.
Gotta watch out though. Glindwer going a little bit too far away from ledge for comfort and unfortunately going to fall to the depths for their first stock here. Fab's doing a really good job of playing the evasive game at this point, finally going to avoid the flame choke for the first time. I love how both of them are just exchanging down airs right now, Koopa, as Fab's going to be able to shield through the forward smash, but not through the wizard's foot.
Oh, are you kidding me, Fabs? You did not just do that.
My goodness, what a show.
There we go, the Falcon dive coming through here. The flaming choke once again in the air. But gonna get pushed off the stage. Glindwer still trying to find an answer here. And definitely, can. It is still Ganondorf.
Oh, going to be able to find the spike down. Fabs actually kind of nice with it.
Yeah, he's nice with it for sure. That was so much fun to watch. Again, when you get one of these characters on stream, everyone kind of perks up in their seat. It's definitely like, the shot of espresso in your coffee that you're looking for in the morning. When you get both of them on stage, it's just like, it's a riveting good time. So.
Absolutely. I think both of these characters kind of are crowd favorites one way or another too. I think for Ganondorf especially, so many people have wrote this character off, or they say, yeah, I have a really sick Ganon secondary main. I don't know if you've ever seen it before, but of course, Falcon always brings the hype. It's one of our staple characters in Super Smash Brothers. So let's check out some of the DoorDash replays here. Glindwer and Fabs definitely put on a down air of a show, Koopa. We saw maybe combined like 6 to 7 across both characters.
And we're talking spikes in general. We saw a side B spike from Catherine Falcon. Do you know how often you see those?
Never.
Not very often. That was crazy. Take a look at the flame choke barrage here.
Flame choke, flame choke, flame choke. But once again, I think what really won it for Fabs, aside from all those 6 spikes, a lot of the get-up attacks were definitely catching Glindwer off, just off guard a little bit more. But once again, I mean, we gotta talk about these down airs, man. I have not seen a Falcon hit that many down airs in a long, long time. But there's that spike you were talking about, looking real clean from Fabs.
And there you go, the air dodge coming through, and once those resources are burned and you're forced to recover that linearly, there's only so much that you can do about that, as most characters, especially ones with, like I said, very, X and Y directions, like back to the stage, like Captain Falcon and Ganondorf both have. So good stuff to Fabs, man, like we mentioned, definitely a jack of all trades for the Collision team, and definitely kind of nice with it on the sticks too, so. Yeah, that's awesome.
I know a lot of the Collision team, they also play. The leader of Collision, RJ, is very nice with it with Yoshi. And then you, of course, have Kevorkian, who we saw on Wolf. We also have Churb on the Marth, too. So a nice little array of characters that we got going on. I believe we have Blitz Luigi coming up next. So we're about to see one of 2 characters, right? We're either probably going to see the Mega Man, or we could see the Luigi. But I have been to a con tournament before, Koopa. They're wearing a Luigi hat. They're going to play Mega Man. I just know this trick in the book.
It is the oldest trick in the book. The psychological warfare of second out your opponent. But like I said, we shall see what goes down here going up against Phantom VX. So curious to see who they're going to be playing. But like I said, from Blitz, there's a good possibility we could see Luigi here.
It's very
or Mega Man, like we said. So.
How do you feel about Luigi in today's competitive environment?
I think Luigi's always been like a solid choice as a character. With the way that his move set is set up, he's able to capitalize so much off of grabs. His aerials are really good. His specials are very good.
True.
Luigi has always just been this sort of model of consistency since, Smash for the Wii U. And I think that continues, especially in this game. So if he's able to get his grabs off, especially now with the added addition of having, the Poltergust plunger to kind of help space out, where Luigi where Luigi still does struggle is that if he gets outrange, there's only really so much he can do about it. But with the new tools he's added in Smash Ultimate, I still think this character has always been incredibly solid. So definitely a wise choice for anybody.
I think this character is also a matchup check. You really have to know which way you need to DI some of these throws, some of these moves as well, just to get out of the 0 to death range. We're probably going to be seeing a fair share of it this weekend, especially from all of our Luigi players. But I think it's just one of those really matchup check and matchup knowledge characters. As long as you don't get grabbed, as long as you kind of keep your distance, you play very safe, and you know how to just get out of those kind of frame traps there, you're good to go. But very much easier said than done when you're going up against a very good player like Blitz Luigi.
Yep, it's definitely going to be a showcase for sure. It's going to it's very curious to see who Phantom VX is going to be playing. Like I said, there's so many characters in this game, you never know what you're going to get. We just got Ganondorf on stream, so we got 2 King Dededis yesterday. You never know what's going to be in the waters out here at these big open tournaments. So
89 characters after all DLC has been included.
That's
and
a lot.
The DLC from all over the world of video games. I mean, Sora, Kazuya, literally next to each other on the character select screen.
Wild
and also
stuff.
you got Min Min, of course, from ARMS, and Pyra and Mithra, the Aegis from Xenoblade Chronicles 2. It's a good time, but we are going to be seeing the Mega Man. So all that talk about Luigi, all for naught. Regardless, though, honestly, with a tag like Phantom, I was expecting Zelda. I may be a little bit biased towards that one, but we have the leader of the Phantom Thieves. Speaking of DLC, we got Joker from Persona 5.
Yeah, definitely not a bad choice whatsoever. It's always been looked at as a very solid character, definitely as the game has progressed, has, I feel like, maybe fallen off a little bit, but still incredibly solid, especially when Arsene is here to play. So Mega Man, though, having a lot of tools to play from a distance and being able to run through that Rebels gauge very quickly. So let's see if Blitz can get off to a strong start here, and he already has. So
The thing is also, Koopa, there's kind of a caveat to having a lot of projectiles. If you're very aware of the matchup, you can use the projectiles against Blitz Luigi and get more of that meter, but unfortunately for Phantom, they are going to eat a back air drop down right from the ledge, and you're still stacking on a ton of damage. Like how Phantom's backing up, though, recognizing that Blitz Luigi has complete control right now of the offense, saying, you know what, I don't know exactly where to go. Arsene, though, not going to be able to bail Phantom VX out of trouble there. Blitz Luigi put it on a pain train for sure.
Yeah, definitely is showing the Blitz offense right now. And unfortunately for Phantom VX, it has just not gone his way so far. Arsene's was a non-factor in that last stock. And again, you're seeing what makes Mega Man such a potent character. Being able to combo Metal Blade into things like back air, into things like forward air. You know, so Mega Man has some of the best aerial kits in the game. And again, another character where you're going to get matchup checked if you're not necessarily sure what's going on. You're going to get the down air right there and the up air. Oh, mercy!
Oh, off of the down air, double up air. My goodness, what a pain tray from Blitz Luigi. My God.
Yeah, shades of Airman, or excuse me, shades of Woodman right there, getting absolutely obliterated by the air shooter. And again, Mega Man, you know, we mentioned before how Luigi is a matchup check character. Mega Man very much in that same vein. Mega Man has been relatively untouched, you know, throughout the throughout Smash Ultimate's lifespan, and continues to be a very solid character. Metal Blade, canonically one of the most broken weapons in video games. No surprise to see it as an integral part of Mega Man's kit here. And Phantom VX is like, all right, I've had enough of that. I'm now going to Captain Douglas J. Falcon himself.
The second Falcon that we've seen on stream today for Almost Pro. I just have to also call it out too. I think when I think about Smash Ultimate, I think about a lot of archetypes that characters are, and honestly, Mega Man itself is a tempo maker. A lot of tools to kind of make you a little bit more frustrated. As you can see, the pellets really kind of stop you from getting all that movement, and especially with a character like Captain Falcon, you want to be moving around, you want to be throwing out a bunch of aerials, but it just looks like Blitz Luigi is taking Phantom VX coast to coast, trying to get something started, but Koopa, I'm not seeing much else.
Yeah, there we go. The hard knuckle will connect right there into the slash claw. And here we go, setting up the side B crash bomb right there on the side of the stage. Again, it's all coming up Blitz right now, but you know, like we mentioned, Captain Falcon, incredibly explosive in offense. can definitely, steal his stock if you're not paying attention, especially against Mega Man. Does not have a hitbox on that up B, so definitely an area where if you're Blitz, you definitely have to be a little bit careful.
Look at how Blitz is throwing out the crash bomb, though, to ensure safety on the ledge. The back air, though, Koopa, is one of the strongest back airs ever. It hits from so far away. There's 2 hits in it as well. Does a ton of knockback. And honestly, Blitz Luigi using it so well. Catching up Phantom VX in tons of up airs as well. The crash bomb's going to connect. Will find the down air. Won't be enough to spike. You know he's lining up, unfortunately, though, for Phantom VX, trying to avoid all of the projectiles. It doesn't matter. They unfortunately fall into the blast zone.
Yeah, the fear, unfortunately, played into that edge guard for sure. Ooh, goes for the Falcon kick off stage. Madman. And there you go, Blitz once again setting up a steady diet of, air shooter as well as the Metal Blade. Like you mentioned, Mega Man definitely a pain by 1,000 cuts character. The hard knuckle will connect. Good tech though.
Yeah, great DI right into the stage too to just get the tech and not fall off. Now Phantom VX, unfortunately, trying to play a little bit too close to the sun, trying to get that edge guard, is going to self-destruct right into the blast zone. A great showing of what Mega Man can do from Blitz Luigi. Once again, one of the stronger players in this region too.
Yes, absolutely. The super fighting robot will move on in winner's side, and like we mentioned, definitely a character where you have to really have a formulated game plan against. Mega Man he's such an awkward character to fight against, because he has 3 moves that are very incredibly similar to each other. Nair, forward tilt, jab are all just, the lemon pellets. Having a lot of moves to keep you at distance, but also being able to, like we mentioned, being able to scrap with you up close. These projectile zoners do have hands, and they will put them on you, as we saw in that first game. That back air into the blast zone. Just such a great display of just great match of knowledge there, of course.
Absolutely.
2 very popular characters in this region, I feel like, are Captain Falcon and Joker. So good stuff to Blitz, man. That was awesome to watch.
Yeah, for sure. Like we said in the beginning, don't let the Luigi hat fool you.
Yeah.
They were definitely playing Mega Man. You can never trust anybody who goes to a Smash tournament that has like Sonic Main 445 in their tag, and they're like, no, I played Duck Hunt Dog actually. And it's like, all right, well, I did all that matchup prep for what? Regardless, welcome to the PAX Arena here at PAX East, presented by DoorDash. I'm Lyric, this is Koopa. We are here in Wave C of the Almost Pro 10K Open. There's a lot of money on the line, Koopa.
Yeah, a lot of cool stuff happening this weekend, man. And again, if you guys feel so inclined to check out the Nintendo Versus booth, they're located directly in front of us in the PAX Arena stage. That's where our friendlies action is going on. Well, that's where the tournament's happening right now, as well as Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, as well as Splatoon 3. And make sure to check out the DoorDash booth right next to us as well. Shout out to all the people over at DoorDash. Shout out to all of our incredible partners here this weekend, for sure. We're having a great time here. The early morning start, and we're gonna have even more fun as we have another one of our friends.
We do?
Local legend.
It's KGP, one of our favorite friends from New Jersey. Shout outs to Kyle on the stage. And honestly, if you guys don't know, Kyle makes the best brownie on the East Coast.
Yeah.
There is
massive vouch.
I don't know how else to say this. It's like going up to Kyle at a tournament. It's like, here, like, you need to take my money because KGP brownies are simply the best.
Not all heroes wear a case, but they do offer baked goods. So
it's true.
And also nice with it on the sticks as well.
It's true.
Could be Cloud, could be Incineroar. Depends on what the day happens to be bringing. He'll be going up against, I had said the name up here earlier.
For sure.
I believe
but
is Sylvirus.
Yeah.
There we go.
I definitely want to call out, though, shout outs to Omen as well for donating all of the monitors for us to use this weekend at PAX East, at the PAX Arena as well. But this is Sylvirus stepping up to bat as well. This is a Zelda player who's very, very, very good. They had an excellent run at the New England Big Major Shine last year. I got to commentate them a couple times. So it's great to see them here at the PAX Arena as well. But once again, I'm super excited to be here at the PAX Arena presented by DoorDash. And of course, shout outs to Omen as well. I love how both of their boots are actually next to each other. Careful of the camera if you're over there. It's swinging a little bit low. But once again, we're going to check on out the Omen booth right now.
Thank you, Lyric and Koopa, for giving us that match you know, letting everyone know about these cool booths we have here. So I have Keenan. Keenan, we just got to watch some cool Smash action. I heard you do have a main that you like to play that's, you know, maybe a little annoying.
Yeah, I actually play Fox, so I know most people really hate playing against that character, but that's why I choose him, because it's easy to win. So, yeah.
Got it. Easy to win. Well, you know what? It's easy to win when you've got good equipment, too. So why don't you tell us what Omen is doing here?
Yeah, we're here launching our brand new portfolio of Omen game monitors. We have 9 new monitors. You can stop by the booth and check out all our different stations. We have all of our monitors from 4K to full HD. We even have an ultra-wide monitor for those that love to be surrounded in the action. You can stop by the booth, get some free swag, and have a chance to win any of these monitors, along with some of our friends at HyperX's peripherals, keyboards, mice, headsets. And then we also have a really awesome racing sim over here. And if you get fastest lap in our F1 competition, you win a monitor as well. So come check it out, and remember to pre-order your Omen gaming monitors today on bestbuy.com and all over in the coming months. So we're very excited. Yeah.
Yeah, okay, one, I'm impressed that you have all of that committed. That was an amazing spiel.
Thank you, thank you. It took a lot. I was really spinning the whole time, so thank you, yeah.
So one of the fun things for us is we were rehearsing, right? And your team was here, and they were up on stage, and they were, you know, helping us with the monitors and showing them off. And then they were like, hey, no pictures. These launch with PAX.
Yes. Yeah, so you can see all of them up on stage there. I'm a big fan of the lighting on the back. You can change that, but the white looks awesome. Goes great with the brand. And then you can see a bunch more in the competition area back there. And I really hope everybody enjoys them as much as we do. I know it makes me a much better gamer when I'm gaming on an HP Omen gaming monitor. Yeah.
So HP Omen and Pick Fox, that's, you know, the winning combo right there. I think that we're going to go to a quick break after this. No, we're going to go right to the desk because it's all action all the time, right? You know, HP Omen, we got our monitors. We're going to go back to Lyric and Koopa for more gameplay with Almost Pro.
Thank you so much, Rainessa, for the awesome interview with HP and Omen. Once again, shout outs to them for donating all of the monitors that you're seeing in the Versus Center on the stage. I mean, they look really, really clean, but Kyle, Koopa, it is time to jump back into some Smash action.
Yeah, absolutely. And once again, shout outs to HP Omen. Go ahead and try to win yourself a monitor. While Zisu are going to try to win through the love of the game. As once again, we got KGP going up against Silverin, there you go. That's
it's honestly, I've been very blessed this PAX Arena to be in 2 blocks with 2 Zelda matches. It's my favorite character in the game. KGP, though, this is a player that does know the Zelda matchup. Zelda swords, it kind of gets a little bit tricky because Zelda, she likes to box with you up front. Some of her moves do extend out in front of her, but Cloud has a giant Buster Sword. Sometimes it's a little bit harder for her to get in, but she does have the edge guarding tools to make Cloud's life off stage a little bit more miserable.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, Cloud has been a model of consistency since his addition to Smash as a DLC character in the Wii U iteration, as was base roster in this game, and has been really, really good ever since. So, and I gotta mention, KGP, definitely one of those people you don't want to sleep on in region. You know, mixes the ingredients real good, but can also mix it in game. It could have been the heal Pokemon, and instead it is the X-Soldier first class going up against Princess Zelda. So
yeah, I like this pick out of both of KGP's characters because I think Cloud, once again, is a little bit more consistent in terms of the damage. You can already see that KGP's fighting a ton of aerials here, but Silverus is using Zelda's neutral air very well. You can actually drag your opponent down with it and then start the onslaught of up tilts with it. But still, I mean, charged up with limit already. Zelda's going to be at 102. It's not looking too good for Silverus right now off stage as the limit blade beam's going to connect.
Yeah, Zelda, once again, one of those characters not necessarily known for her durability, so that Limit Blade Beam is going to clean up that stock nicely, almost setting himself up for disaster. Well, Silverus with that side B. And again, the crux of the offense here for Zelda, can you set up the Phantom Knight? Yeah, that is going to be a huge part of your offense. Unfortunately, right now, not necessarily working out right now, but still keeping it pretty close. You know, Cloud's recovery isn't anything to write home about either. So if Silveris can catch KGP in that no man's land, you know, it's definitely something that can help get him back into the game here.
Absolutely. You could see Silveris trying to hit the backwards aerial on the shield too. Zelda's lightning kick does 25.2% of damage and also has a ton of knockback. I love those Silveris showing off the tricks that an advanced Zelda player does. At certain points in the stage, she can actually teleport off the ledge and get a little bit of a boost in the air. Silveris, though, going to be able to find a sweet spot back air as we're getting a pivot grab, but still KGP landing with a lot of these up airs are looking fantastic for a safe way for Cloud to get back to stage.
Yeah, Cloud's up air has been one of the best aerials in Super Smash Brothers for quite a while. Almost has limit on deck right now. Does not need it though. The up smash will secure that stock. So KGP in nice, pole position right now. You know, has limit on deck and immediately burns it to get to extend that percentage lead.
Honestly, I really like just using the limit when you have it. It's better to use it than lose it, really. But KGP going to be propped up by the down tilt here. Silveris trying to line up for a forward smash, but KGP being so elusive off the stage right now, as now Silveris going to try and find another aerial to do it. Instead, will be the up special out of shield. It's a very reliable tool for Zelda here, but KGP really not pressing too many buttons in Silveris' face, and that's how a lot of people lose to Zelda.
Ooh, there we go. The Phantom will connect right there. The side special coming out. Maybe trying to read a jump from the ledge, but not going to give it up. That rapid jab actually almost setting up nicely as a follow-up into the Phantom Knight. But still, KGP holding on to this stock. Getting a lot of extra credit here.
Yeah, the thing is from Silveris, the Phantom setups are there. It's just KGP really knows the timing and understands how to get out of the corner versus his character. Going for the dash attack, but instead KGP will punish with the jab back throw here. You can already tell he's looking for a back air, but instead you re-grab the ledge twice. You actually lose your invincibility. Zelda's recovery, unlike Mega Man's that we talked about earlier, has a hitbox and it's pretty big.
Yeah, it's there's quite large. But here we go. KGP setting up nicely at the ledge here. Good roll in behind from Silveris. And still able to set up here. Oh, that sweet spot so connected. Sad. That could have been curtains for KGP, but able to live to see another day here.
So unfortunate too, because Zelda's sweet spot forward air is such a great win condition if you can hit it, but if you can't, it just does little chip damage. And now it feels like Silveris is chasing KGP around the stage. They're both trying to get a hard read on each other, but instead it will be Silveris getting the lightning kick right on the shield out of the cross slash. That's how you win a Zelda. You sneak those little lightning kicks right in there.
Yeah, lightning kick. I've seen it time and time again, Lyric, and I'm sure you have as well, you know, as a player.
Once in my day.
Well, maybe once or twice. That move is so, it's such an X factor in any set against Zelda. If you're able to land the sweet spot, like you said, that's 25+%. That's a lot of damage. Most smash attacks don't even do that much damage.
Yeah.
So it's definitely an important part of the kit, you know, if it's spaced properly. And you saw right there was an instance earlier in the game where if it hit KGP, it would have KO'd him earlier, but still able to get it off of the cross slash. So, you know, if you're KGP, do you stick with the Cloud? Do you maybe? Oh, hey, congratulations!
It's perfect. Totally not planned either. I love that. Looking real good. Regardless,
I read the script this morning, guys. That was not planned. So.
Absolutely. I do have to talk about it though. I think the one mistake that KGP made right at the end, not going for the grab. A lot of the time Zeldas are waiting for you to poke on their shield to just get that instant short hop forward air out. And unfortunately for KGP, the one time you forget it is the one time that you are going to lose the game off of it though. We're going into second game here. Silveris up 1 in our best of 3. KGP and Silveris still on their respective mains, but we're going actually to a smaller stage.
Yeah, I definitely think this is not a bad choice from KGP. I think Cloud is the right choice here. Just a couple things you can maybe clean up here. Like you mentioned, you know, grabs are definitely like a part of Cloud's kit where they can either make it or break it for you. His grab range isn't necessarily the best, but when he's able to get his hands on it, it's definitely great at being able to reset you. And here we go, the up air train starting here. KGP off to a nice percentage lead here against Silveris.
Right, now KGP limit, but Phantom is out. The dash attack actually punishes KGP for not getting the tech with the Phantom Slash. It's not going to be enough to take the stock here. KGP, though, going to unfortunately run out of limit. Like we said, you got to lose it or use it. Here we go, though. KGP trying to line up for the back air. There's the up air. Great air dodge down by Selviris. And now KGP just struggling to get a loose aerial in to try and get this first stock.
Ooh, okay, almost got a weird jailed out situation on the platform because of that blade beam, but Selviris able to live to see another day. That dash attack will buy him some time.
Ooh, okay, I love the positioning there, right? Phantom knowing the time he can roll up, but if Zelda's there with a forward smash, it's going to cover so much space. KGP, though, finally going to be able to get this first stock here on Selviris, going for the spike, and it will actually work the double dip on the down air. Beautiful spacing for KGP. We got a game, Kyle.
Excellent stuff right there from KGP. Selviris, you know, unfortunately fallen victim, you know, to that up beast, but able to net a KO with the lightning kick, like we mentioned. So here we go. Woo!
Yeah. Yes, I love the Zelda sauce coming in from Selviris as well. Beautiful spacing onto the Phantom as well. I love the way that Selviris just trying to wait for KGP to come back up. Zelda's up tilt, the move that you just saw that goes all the way around her head. It actually has such a big hitbox. KGP, though, struggling off stage, but instead will take a recovery high to avoid getting hit by the down air. But it doesn't even matter. Selviris is back in this with a lightning kick.
The stocks are melting away in the second game, Lyric, as Selviris and KGP have come out guns a-blazing here. But again, if you're KGP, definitely maybe you have to worry about the momentum swinging a little bit here. Again, Cloud's recovery definitely leaves a lot to be desired, especially with the offstage presence that Zelda's able to exert from a distance.
Okay, now KGP trying to line up, finds the first forward air, and unfortunately unable to find the second. Instead, will just get the up tilt. All charged up with limit, though. It could go either way. Selviris just going to throw out the first couple stages of Phantom just to try and get things kind of tilting in their favor. There's the cross slash, though. That was life or death for KGP. That's actually what lost them the first game, but Selviris now trying to get back on stage. Koopa, it is so close, it is going back and forth.
Uh-oh. This could be dangerous. Could be forcing Bird to jump here. Good recovery back to the ledge.
So close to accidentally be reversing the Phantom to sending it not towards the stage there. There's the dash attack. It's not going to be enough. Limit is online. It could go either way right now. Good wait by Selviris on the ledge here. As now Selviris going to send KGP off. We are going ping pong left and right, Koopa.
Be very careful. He reads a jump from the corner. That is going to be game, set, and match for Selviris. KGP falling in a 2-0 clip. A really good set between those two. My goodness.
Yeah, it went literally back and forth in terms of momentum every single time. But it will be the Princess of Hyrule that does come out on top. Once again, Selviris, an amazing Zelda player from the region of New England. As we check out some of the DoorDash replays here, I mean, once again, KGP, definitely one of New Jersey's favorite people. I love KGP. Definitely best brownies in the business, but also, like you said, nice with it on the sticks. A lot of these up smash callouts were looking real good, but once again, it's just that matchup knowledge of, I can't poke Zelda's shield like that unsafely, boom, I'm just gonna get kicked.
Yeah, like I said, you know, Cloud's recovery is definitely the aspect of the character that is very, you know, a little concerning, as you see the ungimpable recovery does get gimped in that one scenario there. But like I said, you know, Cloud gets set up off stage so easily against Zelda that, you know, you're forced to pick these defensive options you probably wouldn't otherwise pick because Phantom is such a factor on the ledge there. So it's going to be Selviris, like I just mentioned, moving on in winner's side of bracket. And shout out to everyone in the crowd. You guys enjoyed that last match? You guys having fun?
There we go. Come on, let's hear you guys. All looking beautiful out there. Nice cosplays, I see. Shout out to Teddy Ursa still hanging out there. We love to see it. But once again, honestly, guys, production just asked me. I gotta ask you, can I get another like loud round of cheering, please? Give me a good one. There we go. What's up, PAX East? And welcome back, of course, to the PAX Arena. I'm Lyric, joined by one of my best friends in the entire world, Koopa here. We're here to bring you through Pools Wave C in the Almost Pro 10K Open. Koopa, it has been an exciting day of matches so far. We saw a lot of good matches yesterday, but we are seeing tons and tons and tons of good players come out today.
Yeah, absolutely. The level of talent that has showed up today has been absolutely incredible, and we have
This next match is crazy, actually.
This next match will blow your mind, as we're going to have Kiwi coming back to the stage, going up against another Connecticut native, good friend of ours, Don.
Yeah, Don, just like Koopa and I, we all love Pokemon a lot. Pokemon TCG, to be particular here. One of the nicest Marios to really do it, Light being the static partner of one of the best players in the world, Light. He's been playing Mario for a really long time. I cannot believe this match is happening in pools, Koopa. That was the look of pure shock on my face earlier before I realized that the camera was on me, regardless of... What's up, everybody?
It's back again, okay.
Now you gotta, come on, guys.
Can I get one more time?
Give me a dab. Somebody dab real quick.
Hey,
Thank you. All right,
There
now
you
you do it. Come on. All right. We'll
get him next time around. So,
regardless, so once again, Kiwi, we saw a little bit earlier, one of the best across multiple generations of Super Smash Bros. And same thing with Don, right? Don, one of the better Marios that we saw in Smash 4 as well. This one, I cannot believe, once again, we are seeing in pools. This one's going to be a very, very tight set.
yeah, definitely a rough draw, for both players. I'm sure neither of them wanted to see each other this early in the bracket, but only one will move on. Will it be, it's a battle of the mascots. Will it be
Yes.
Pac-Man or Mario coming out on top here? Again, Mario has been a model of consistency. Like I said, one of those really, good characters. If you're looking to start out
Yes.
with a character to learn the fundamentals of Super Smash Bros., Mario is definitely always a good choice.
Yeah, for sure.
Definitely very consistent across the board here, but here we go. It's going to be Kiwi against, once again, we mentioned one of our other shiny cardboard enthusiasts, Don.
Very true, very true. Regardless, though, I think Don is going to know the exact timings on a lot of these capes. Mario's side special, the cape, you're allowed to reflect projectiles, but we saw this from Kiwi a little bit earlier, right? Giving the illusion that she's going to go back and pull a bonus fruit, but instead she's coming at you right with an aerial here. Don, though, trying to regain stability as Kiwi, only going to take percent now, almost 30 seconds in.
Yep, again, this is one of those matchups where, it's definitely going to be a chess game of who gets to set up their offense first. Mario with the ladder combo is definitely something that you cannot sleep on. But again, Pac-Man also, once he's able to get his hands on you, it can be a lot of damage. But Mario does have tools to be able to, deal with the projectiles. Obviously, side B, the flood also going to be a factor here.
That was so unfortunate, too, because Kiwi had the right idea with using the Hydro Water to push her forward to get the grab, but instead Don can be able to get the back throw there too. Once again, we're gonna just try and wait out Pac-Man here. Sometimes letting zoners not really play their game gets them really frustrated, and sometimes they like to make the mistake first. I like how Don pinpointing exactly where he needed to on the bonus fruit. The stun's going to connect, but unfortunately Kiwi unable to find a lot of these smashes. Sometimes you really have to take your time versus both of these characters.
For sure. You see Don definitely favoring the up smash, and it's one of Mario's best out of shield options and KOing moves. The back air will meet its mark though, and that will be first stock going to Team Kiwi. Don able to answer immediately though with the back air of his own.
Yeah, things are looking really good for both players right now. Like we said, both of these players are so good in their home region of Connecticut. They're both very, very solid here. They've probably played tons and tons of times. Kiwi, though, going to be able to get the get-up attack. I like the double roll from Don. I think with Mario, like we were talking about a little bit earlier, this is the character that you can really kind of learn the basics with, but then you can kind of freestyle a little bit more here. Now Kiwi going to line up to get some bonus fruit as Don just still taking it to the platform, went in and out.
Yeah, being able to use that fireball as a lead to kind of help you jumpstart the rest of your offense is definitely not something that is, unknown in Mario's kit. It is definitely a staple for sure. If you go to those uppers that shield as well, if you're going to be effective, both these characters necessarily, they don't want to, they both really function well in each other's wheelhouses.
Yeah.
So the punish game on either side is going to be really good.
Yeah, great bell placement into the up smash by Kiwi, the tried and true. And that's kind of the weird part about going on a platform versus Pac-Man. A lot of people are like, oh, don't let Pac-Man get above you or below you. There's not a lot of safe places to go. And Don's been hanging around that platform a lot, probably to try and get a couple up air pickups. But recognizing now, honestly, Kiwi's got that platform on lock, even if it's on the other side of the stage from her.
Yeah, now this is where the trouble of fighting Pac-Man, definitely can rear its head, having to play from a distance at a deficit. It's definitely not the easiest, but Don's doing a good job kind of weaving in and out of space here. If he can keep this next stock maybe sub 100, it'll definitely make it a little bit easier for him. But Kiwi just so good at these ledge reads.
Yeah, it's so hard too. Once again, both of these players have been playing for so long. The down throw, trying to get the reverse throw into the hydrant to send the fruit the other way. Kiwi, once again, one of the best players at Pac-Man herself here as Don, now sitting at 137, has to claw back through this stock and a whole fresh Kiwi stock next. That is not easy to do.
Gets the parry there. Maybe trying to read a mash on his shield right there with the up smash. Not going to get it as Kiwi just continuing to add on to this lead here.
Ooh, okay, no grab. Unfortunately, Pac-Man grab still one of the slowest, but it will be Don sneaking in that up smash to bring us down to last stock. 158. That's a ton of rage for a comeback, Koopa. But once again, trying to camp these platforms to get some of these up airs started.
Yeah, we've seen it time and time again. Mario, when he's able to get the up air strings on you into the up special, that is where the game can be won or lost. I'm sure it's definitely sitting in the back of both of their heads right now. But the apple will be the trump card there for Kiwi. She goes up 1-0 over Don.
Got a little bit of the crowd clapping for the action here. Once again, everybody, these are two amazing players, both from the state of Connecticut here. Both of them have been playing for a very, very long time. So this is some really good Smash Bros. To be watching today. Honestly, once again, shout out to everybody in the crowd for watching and hanging out with us today. Getting to see some beautiful faces, some awesome cosplays in the crowd too. You all look beautiful and wonderful. And honestly, we're going to Pokemon Stadium 2 again. We're just changing up the music just a little bit.
Quick, hit a dab right now.
Hit the dab, hit the dab. There we go. We're having fun poking y'all around, I'm just saying.
Oh, man. I love it so much. Shout out to the production. Shout out to everyone that's, again, joining us here, both in person and at home this weekend. We're getting into Game 2 between Don and Kiwi here. See, Don maybe taking a second to kind of think about what he wanted to do going into this next match. But it's going to be Mario once again on Pokemon Stadium 2.
I feel like with 89 characters in the game like Smash Ultimate has, you have the choice of anybody, but Don coming out of the corner swinging, finding the down special into the forward air. It's not going to be enough to spike and get the KO, but honestly, what a way to kind of bring back your own momentum here. Kiwi, though, waiting for Don to jump. That's a lot of things that a lot of times Smash players catch, right? You're always jumping out of the corner, so it's a good way to punish here. And Pac-Man has some really great punishes, too. Kiwi, though, and Don still looking pretty even right now in the neutral. Don pulled away just a little bit, but now when Kiwi gets set up, what do?
Yeah, it's tough, because both these characters have a really good projectile to kind of help lead them into the offense. You don't want to sit back for too long, but at the same time, when you're able to have a lead and able to sit on it for a little bit, you have to, kind of put the brakes on it.
Okay, still Kiwi dropping fire hydrants. She's done a really good job of bringing back this percent deficit as well. Watch the hydrant water as well. Good Pac-Man really know how to use the hydrant water to push them forward. A lot of times you'll see a setup either with a bonus fruit or even just a smash attack as well. We'll be able to find the down throw though, throwing the orange out. Can't unfortunately get the dash back to punish the roll in. So now we're seeing a little bit more of a momentum switch here. There's Don, gets the down throw. Unfortunately though, I think Kiwi's out of the percent to start some of those up airs.
Yeah, and it's now generating a little bit of a percentage lead here. Good grab there from Don. Going to set up another edge guard here. They're going to hydrant low by Kiwi, a landing option. Mario doesn't have a whole lot of answers to that.
Yeah, definitely not looking too crazy right now. We're about a minute and a half in. First stock not being taken. Don, though, trying to line up for a back air. Will be able to find it, but Pac-Man recovery is so good. Not only does Pac-Man have the trampoline, which you get 3 jumps out of, you also have that side special as well that can take you for a really long trip. Back throw from center stage won't do it. This first stock is not coming off easy, Koopa. We are 2 minutes in.
There we go. The F-tilt will take that stock right there, getting Kiwi on the board. And now doing the Pac-Man thing, playing catch, utilizing, that Galaga bonus fruit. There you go, Don continuing to search for this KO here.
So interesting. Using the trampoline to just get a little bit of space between Kiwi and Don. Kiwi, though, going to be able to find the first forward air, but instead we're just going to play it a little bit more passive. Once again, Don, though, going to be able to find the little falling up air there to just chip Kiwi off the top. Well, we were talking about this a little bit earlier with tempo maker characters. Pac-Man, I think, is just the tempo maker character for sure.
Oh, yeah. He's definitely a character where you kind of have to play at his pace of the game. Like you mentioned, he has a slew of really good projectiles. Being able to just drop Hydra in the middle of neutral as well, so forcing you to interact with it in some capacity is just so good as well. So it just adds another layer to the game here. But again, Don's doing a good job, keeping it close. He's down, almost about 30% here, but at least keeping it within arm's reach. However, the bell has been rung, and Pac-Man says, your time is up right now, Mario.
Yeah, Don definitely looking to avoid, but instead will be able to get the jump-up punch and make that comeback. We're here at Last Stock. Honestly, it's winner's bracket life for Don right here. And once again, these players know each other. You have to play a little bit weary of each other's tricks. There's the forward there. It's not going to be enough, unfortunately, for Don. Kiwi not at a higher enough percent to send her into the blast zone here. But now Kiwi just so desperately trying to find an aerial out of shield. But this is what Mario does best. Koopa, another jump-up punch. And that is not going to be it for Kiwi. It's just a little bit heavy.
Yeah, there will be no jump-up superstar just yet. But Don with the two really good offensive exchanges right there. Kiwi, I'm sure, definitely reeling back a little bit here. So going to have to play maybe a little bit more of a defensive game. Like I said, because Mario's hitboxes are so, concise, he's definitely going to have to play in Pac-Man's wheelhouse if he wants to net this KO. So, both players have to be very, very careful here.
Yeah, and now Kiwi with a ton of rage, too. So some of these forward smashes that she's been finding can definitely start to be online to get that final KO here. But here we go. Don just narrowly avoiding the bell once again. So close. That seems to be the win condition at this point for Kiwi. She's going to be able to pull another one here as Don just trying to find a way around this hydrant. There's Bell just going to roll out of there. Sometimes you just have to take the L and play a little bit defensive here. But my goodness, the hydrant shenanigans, Koopa, are so close.
Yeah, like I said, definitely an X factor in the matchup. No matter whether you choose to engage with it or ignore it, you must get around it. Don does so ever so nicely, and off the heels of a couple of really good, up air strings, like we mentioned before, definitely a part of Mario's kit where as long as you're able to hit those, you're definitely not out of any of your games. Able to even it up 1-1. And a real good step between these guys.
Yeah, it's so close. I know a lot of people really love that type of gameplay that we saw a little bit earlier with Ganondorf and Falcon, where they really run at each other. But this is very, very downloady type of gameplay, right? We're trying to figure out patterns in the way that somebody is throwing their projectile or laying down a hydrant. So it's so meticulous. Both of our competitors pushing themselves to the max here. As we're going to take a trip to the town and the city here. What do you think about this stage for Kiwi? I think this is a great choice because getting laddered off the top here is a little bit harder.
Yeah, I definitely think it's a good choice. It's definitely, I feel like both these characters definitely, do benefit from the platforms, in both regards. Obviously, because Mario's vertical combo game is so good, I don't feel like the big ceiling on Town and City is going to be too much of a factor here, but the transitioning stage is definitely going to be, a big thing. Are you a town or a city person?
I think I'm the city.
I'm definitely a town type of guy. So. Shout out to town.
Absolutely. Here we go, though. With this big of a stage here, Don is really going to have to play around Kiwi's tricks. There's a lot of evasiveness that can happen here, but Kiwi going to try and get set up. Honestly, I like Don's use of Flood a lot. I've seen him use it a lot. I like it as a way to just kind of trip up the momentum just a little bit. But Kiwi, though, going to get started here. No tech on Don, but here comes Kiwi with the run-up grab. Still stacking on a lot of damage right now. The Apple is doing a lot of work this set.
Yeah, you're seeing how this transitioning part of the stage is definitely going to be a big advantage for Kiwi. It's going to be less platforms for Don, and not only to retreat on, but also to combo Pac-Man on. So definitely have to be careful of this platform layout here. The platforms do extend out over the ledge, so it definitely could add a factor to your recovery, but also could mean you could, if you get grabbed, with your back facing the stage, you could meet your demise very early.
Oh, unfortunate for Don. Had the great placement with the cape on the bell. It's not going to be enough, though. You can tell Don recognizing that he's not going to be able to ladder her off the top, so she's going to try and go for the side. That's the thing with this stage. We have a really high ceiling, but we actually have really small sides here. So Kiwi just trying to get something started, but instead will eat a back air to the face and a hydrant here. Like we were talking about last game, Koopa, this first stock is just not going off easy.
Yeah. Ooh, there we go. The hydrant. You parked too close, sir. That is going to be first stock going to Kiwi here.
Still, Kiwi going to be able to get the 19% with the key to success right now. Looking for the combo off of Galaga, but still Dawn just kind of getting tossed around by some of these projectiles. I feel like in the town itself, we've really seen Kiwi like really establish her dominance here, but now there's the back throw, trying to get the air dodge read, and unfortunately just flying a little bit too far above her head to catch him.
All right, rolls behind the fire hydrant, trying to dislodge it before it vanishes. And again, the fire hydrant is something that you have to engage with it in some capacity, whether you choose to ignore it or swing at it. As the platforms transition out here, good back air there from Dawn. That will even things up here, but 82% on the tab, Lyric. It's definitely not unheard of, but definitely not a comfortable percent right now as the forward smash connects right there. Kiwi up huge.
Both of these players played iterations of Smash where you had to play a little bit more patient. So I have no doubt that Dawn can absolutely bring this back. But look at the combo on Kiwi right now. Going to be able to combo two forwarders into the grab and still lay on some of the damage as well. Dawn having to make a huge comeback here. And now here comes Kiwi. Dash attack into the up air, double up air. So now still we're stacking on damage, but now Dawn really needs to find a way to get in on Kiwi's tricks here. She's just playing so elusive.
Yeah, absolutely. So it's Kiwi continuing to keep the sub 50 here for everything coming up. Pac-Man right now. Dawn just unfortunately not able to get the offense he's looking for here. Like we said, when Pac-Man's able to sit on that big lead, it is so hard to come back on. The S-Smash will connect a 2-stock for Kiwi in game 3 as she moves on.
Yeah, this is, once again, we started the block with Kiwi, and I think it's always just a good reminder to say that Kiwi has been nice with it for multiple iterations of Smash, going all the way back to Super Smash Bros. Brawl on the Nintendo Wii. So shout outs to both of these people, though. They are both really great people. We love Dom. We'll probably see him around the convention looking for Pokemon cards like us a little bit later. He's not.
My man. All right, as we mentioned, Kiwi walking off stage there. And again, good stuff to her. Unfortunately, those two had to meet so early in bracket. It's a real shame. But, such is life, man. It is stacked here at the PAX Arena 10K Open bracket. Like we mentioned, a lot of prize money up for grabs here as we whittle our field down to top 24. We're going to have, I believe, one more match coming up for you guys.
Ooh, okay.
But... yeah, so we are going to have local player Nuggets coming up soon. Peach Main, if you're familiar, going up against the player who I only know his name as Werepig. So
Werepig, interesting. Yeah. I gotta say, we've had some very interesting Smash tags over the course of so long. What do you think your favorite Smash tag of all time was?
Shotgun Raptor Jesus.
That is certainly something. It's always like really funny when people just like walk up to you and they just say their tag with just like a blank face or like a blank stare on their face, like, you're going to put me in bracket now? It's like, all right, you got it. You got it. If that's what you want me to scream as your TO, you got it. Regardless, though, we are going to take it to the stage to talk to Raynessa, who I think will be meeting up with Kiwi.
Yeah, it's going to be Kiwi. So, Raynessa, bring it to you.
All right, well, we are here. We've got some, wonderful tropical fruit to talk to. Oh, wait, no, never mind. No, we have a person. As the casters were saying, they love talking about where usernames and everything come from. So is this a favorite fruit that happens?
It's the bird, actually. I like the kiwi birds.
All right, so I was completely off. Let's talk about the gameplay instead. It took 2 minutes to hit that first stock in the second match. Were you sitting there just like, what is happening? Come on, get off the stage.
Yeah, players like Dawn are very talented, so sometimes you have to really slow down and take your time, and you have to do what you got to do to win, so...
Well, fair enough. Now, I asked you right before we went to the camera out here, I said, hey, have you played against Dawn a lot? The last time you faced up, not here at PAX, but like locals, what happened?
So actually, the last time we played, Dawn won, actually. We have a big record. I have a winning record, but Dawn got me last time. So I was nervous going into this, actually.
Well, you took your title back. You got to reclaim the winning record. Is it all Pac-Man all the time?
Yes, pretty much. Sometimes I'll go Kirby, but mostly Pac-Man.
Okay, well, we will let you go. Enjoy your victory for now. Obviously, there's a lot more gameplay to come from you. So thanks, everyone, for joining us. You'll have to catch, Kiwi in her next match. And we will head to a short break here at the PAX Arena. Thanks, everyone. PAX Arena, and I am with 86 Tapia. Why don't you tell us a little about yourself?
Hi, everybody. Welcome to PAX East. Can we get some hype in here? Hey, I hear you guys. But I'm a DoorDash gaming ambassador. I'm here to create content and show you guys this amazing DoorDash booth. But I'm also a Twitch streamer, content creator, and I just want to let you guys know that there's so many opportunities if you guys join the discord.gg/DoorDash Gaming for brand ambassador opportunities, gaming events, community events, and pretty much anything about DoorDash Gaming that you guys can find out. So make sure you guys join, and don't forget, stay in your game, guys.
Woo! Stay in your game. So that was, and I'm gonna get it right. Okay, I asked so many times before this. DoorDash.gg. Sorry, not that yet. Yeah, DoorDash.gg/DoorDash Gaming. Yes, I'm getting fist pumps. Okay, I got it right. Thank you. And you can join that, right? Giveaways, gaming activities. And that's not just for people here at PAX, okay? This is for everybody all the time. Hop and plays, right? You get to hang out with 86 Tapia. So he's a gamer. He's a content creator. We have a little game. If you've seen the beach balls yesterday, you know what it is already. But if you haven't, you're going to have to catch. Okay, so the first one we have is, this is a thing that you, in theory, get. We have a magic beach ball. It'll give them presents. Okay, your left thumb, what is it on?
Daily French fry delivery.
Oh, no. We got that one yesterday. Again.
Sunday waffles.
Okay, every Sunday, you get waffles delivered. Not pancakes, waffles. But in order to get that, you have to...
Tutorial is always wrong.
So anytime you start a game, the tutorial always is wrong. It never gives you the info. Would you have wrong tutorials for the rest of your gaming life for waffles delivered every weekend?
If it's delivered by DoorDash, I'll take those waffles any day. Let's go.
Awesome. All right, we're going to send things to our commentary team. Thank you so much, 86 Tapia and DoorDash.
I mean, I could probably just be a YouTuber if all the tutorials were wrong to me all the time. I would just be garden variety. I mean, yeah, I'll take that. I get 100,000 subscribers and I get free waffles. I think I enjoy that deal.
Sounds good to me, absolutely. Hi, everyone. I'm Winters here with Kimona, back with you for the next few sets here at PAX Arena. Looks like our next competitors are pretty much ready, so we'll get over to that in just a moment. And our first set is going to be Nuggets and Werepig. So this is a couple of local players. Nuggets, one of our best players in this region, a very good Peach player. Also Daisy, interchangeable in this game. Werepig, primarily Donkey Kong. I assume that's the matchup we're going to see. So we will get to that in just a moment. Should be very interesting.
It'll be a lot of fun to watch, particularly because Donkey Kong is on the screen. Because Donkey Kong is a character that just makes this game fun, whether you're playing as him, whether you're playing against him, or whether you're watching a game that involves Donkey Kong. Because one of two things is going to happen. I know you know this, and I hope that you all understand that either Donkey Kong is going to combo you and you're going to get KO'd very quickly, or Donkey Kong is going to get comboed and he is going to get KO'd very quickly. So that's the kind of game that we can expect. But when you're going up against somebody like Nuggets, who I know has the really good Peach combo game, the question is going to be, are you going to be able to contest with Donkey Kong's range? Because he's quite large, and Peach is really good at just sort of fighting for small segments of the stage, one bit at a time.
And this is going to be very interesting to see here. One of the things Nuggets has been known for so long, his neutral game is so strong. For a long time, he really didn't have as good of a combo game and really relied on that neutral, just getting a couple of hits here and there, keeping people at the ledge forever. Now he really has leveled up that combo game. It is very strong. And we know how powerful Peach and Daisy can be in their combo game as well. So we'll certainly see some of that here, but Werepig does keep things a little bit even towards the start. This matchup can be tricky for Peach to sort of contest DK's back air. But once she does get in for once, that's really all she needs a lot of the time.
Yeah, for Donkey Kong, it's not necessarily about getting in on the Peach. It's finding opportunities to make sure that when she tries to get in, you're able to stuff her out. Again, you're going to see Werepig using a lot of that back there, like you mentioned, but also a grounded Donkey Kong tends to perform well against a Peach, unless Nuggets is also, on counterplay, very grounded and very turnip heavy. So that's going to be kind of the push and pull in this set.
Yeah, and you want to find situations to pull turnips when you're at about that range there, where DK can't react and dash attack you in time. and it's very hard for him to really contest you and punish you for it. And once Peach has that item in her hand, she's a lot scarier for Donkey Kong. You can combo out of it into moves like the forward air, or you can even set up like we saw right there, and turn up on shield, forcing a reaction after, and then Nuggets is able to punish the jump away with the forward air and get the first stock.
Yeah, and reading that jump was so important for Nuggets as well, right? Because against Donkey Kong, you're pretty much playing a guessing game where either he's going to try to mash a button out of shield, right, outrange you when you toss that turn up, or he's going to try to jump away and create some space. And again, you already see WearPig paying the heavy tax, 80% immediately, because Peach, again, we know Nuggets can absolutely get those combos started, but it's a matter of finishing out those stocks. That first stock, no problems, nearly has the second one here already.
And this is where he's so scary. Baits out that up B as well, floats above it. That's really hard to punish for some characters just because of how long it lasts in that situation. But with the float, Nugget's able to avoid it easily, and he gets that second stock off the board.
Yeah, I like seeing the ability to play a reaction game, right? Knowing that you're up a stock, if the Donkey Kong suddenly blitzes in your direction and hits you, that's fine. You can take a couple hits because you're playing with the lead, but you want to be able to capitalize on any mistakes that the DK makes. That's why Nuggets has this lead right now and sitting at the Master Chief % too.
And this is where Nuggets gets so scary. It's you know, he's not bad at coming from behind for sure, but he is one of the scariest players I have ever fought when they have the lead. It is so hard to find him when he's this far ahead because he knows what he can and can't get away with. And he knows what's safe. And he has no reason to take big risks at this point, as we see a very well-played B-reverse down B there just to get that first stock off the board. WearPig still has a huge mountain to climb.
Yeah, you can see that aerial down B is a huge combo tool. I guess with that rage, actually knocking Nuggets a bit too far to get what's normally a very reliable combo starter for DK. That cargo up throw, you jump forward, you throw out that back air, you can get usually 50 damage pretty much for free, but great recognition of the situation by Nuggets, saying, with all of that rage, with all that damage on Donkey Kong, I'm going to get sent a little farther, and I can actually escape this combo, and that's huge because it's only one more stock that Nuggets needs, and he's going for the big read to try to finish the game one.
Yeah.
Dead?
I don't think so. It is very hard to hit those combos on Peach. It was in Smash 4 as well, even when that combo was a little more forgiving.
No!
But that up B will take it, even at around 67%, I think it was before the hit. With that much rage, that will kill. And now it's Donkey Kong. Last stock, anything's possible.
And if you can just hang on, though, and that's the question. Donkey Kong heavy, you can live for a very, very long time, but at 189%, we've already seen Nuggets punish that high recovery one time. He's going to be there for it again. Like I said, just playing reactively on those ledge trap scenarios. Not a whole lot of places DK can go, and it's going to be the Daisy taking the game one.
And that was really well played by Nuggets. And that's the thing, when he has that lead, you know, he did get caught a couple of times. WearPig was able to get a couple of those big plays to take the stocks. But it's really on the Donkey Kong in that situation to make things happen on his own and not just wait for the game to come to him. You were talking at the start of that game about how DK really thrives when his opponent has to come to him and he can stop them, especially in a matchup like this. But when you fall behind that far, even if you do make one or two big plays, you still have to keep being the one to make plays. And that was really what caught WearPig off there, and Nuggets was able to take the lead and then take control from there.
And Nuggets has really been in control, like you're saying, but kind of at the pace of the entire match as well.
For sure.
When you play a character that has big, strong buttons, and especially a grappler like Donkey Kong, right? One that wants to run up and grab you to start a bunch of his combos. The biggest thing that you play with is the fact that you have a fear factor attached to your character. Playing on small battlefield, there's less space for Nuggets to run away. So now WearPig is going to be able to hopefully make Nuggets feel that pressure. But if anybody's feeling it right now, it's got to be WearPig. Again, 104% immediately. And, I mean, this is just bread and butter.
And this is what he does so well. We did see that one big combo at the start, but it's not like he got 150 damage off one combo. That was one solid combo, and then just every option after that was covered for a 30-second period of time, and he took a whole stock off of it.
I mean, like you said, Nuggets fundies are just so good, right? Understanding how people are going to play the game, how to react to that. Triple Darren went for the stock with the side B as well. Barely able to make that recovery back. Great drift, and WearPig not really able to contest that active hitbox on top of the parasol. So Nuggets will get caught out off stage. That's that aggression, that fear factor that I want to see WearPig play with. You saw that Nuggets was a little bit timid coming back to the stage. That's a death knell against DK.
Absolutely, and that was well played because, you know, that was a really rough start, obviously. We saw Trey take that first stock in 30 seconds or so, and then immediately going for that big play on the next one. Really good job by WearPig. Keep his composure, make that first recovery, and then find the big play to catch Peach off stage.
Big miss right there from WearPig. Was trying to drift back towards center stage, past the platform, to toss out a back air to cover it while Nuggets was shielding. Would have been completely safe, but got caught up on it. Let Nuggets get back into the game. That up B is very punishable. They're going to get hit by that frying pan all the way up to the top blast zone. Nuggets one stock away from moving on.
All right, here comes the big damage. Gets the drag down up air. Not able to get the correct hitbox of neutral air to extend it even further, but still quite a bit of damage. 52% on this last stock already.
I'd already burned the double jump too. This is really, really rough for DK when you try to land without that double jump. Because again, you're so big, you can get hit. Did manage to get down with that neutral air. Love the way he's been using it again. Nuggets looking for these rolls in, but Werepig has not really been giving those up.
Yeah, Nuggets is famous for that in this region. If you roll in on Nuggets, you will likely get up smashed. He's been doing it for years. And he'll especially do it if you've been shielding right in front of him, expecting you to roll through him. But the region has started to catch on a little bit. It still works very often.
You just know, right?
We've all been hit.
Nuggets, you don't roll in. We don't do that.
Yeah. But he just has so much control in these situations. And at this point, Werepig just hanging on almost 150% on his last stock. And there it is. There's the setup we were looking for last time, and Nuggets takes the win 2-0.
I like the setup right there, too. One turn up to cover. Basically, you can't just sit at the ledge and wait. It's a very powerful tool that Peach and Daisy, again, they're the same character, have at their disposal. But DK being so big, you got to choose an option. The get-up attack would have worked out well if Nuggets hadn't been shielding, right, if he had tried to be really proactive, but he knew that second turn-up waiting, it'd just be a free combo into that up smash. We'll take the set 2-0, but Werepig put up a really good fight.
Absolutely. Definitely well played. Good to see him again. We don't see him at as many events. Nuggets, of course, a mainstay in this region. We see him at our weeklies every week, pretty much all around Massachusetts. Ever present in the Massachusetts scene. And this is what he does. You know, he's played this so well. He's played Peach for so long. Plays Space Animals in older games, Melee and Brawl, and Peach ever since Smash 4, and is just so consistent. His movement's so good. I think that's the main thing we saw in this set was the movement taking control of all the space on the screen.
Well, and through our DoorDash replays, I mean, you really do get a good sense of just how much of a great understanding Nuggets has of the game. I mean, you see the way that he takes the stocks. They're not generally very flashy, but just through setups and understanding what my opponent is allowed to do and what I'm not allowed to pressure them with, and then playing around that really well. Like you said, the neutral game from Nuggets is generally just so strong that it's really hard to break through that unless you have some really powerful offensive tools.
Absolutely. And with Donkey Kong, you have a couple of very powerful tools, but you don't have a lot of variety. In neutral, you're looking for that dash attack, that back air, maybe a random grab, but that's even harder than usual to find against a character who can float.
Yeah.
So definitely really difficult. Once they find a way to deal with that back air, it's not like Donkey Kong has a lot of other options to go for. He really just has to space that back air even better. And at that point, someone whose movement is as good as Nuggets, really difficult to get in, and he did such a good job controlling really the whole screen.
Yeah.
Even when the game was close, it felt like he was in control.
Well, and that is what Peach can do. I mean, there
Absolutely.
is a difference between a character higher on the tier list, like Peach, right? A character that has more tools, more options, more ways to play them, versus a character like Donkey Kong that's lower. But we've seen recently, even up in this region of the U.S., just a couple weeks ago down in New Jersey at Collision, we saw SkyJ break everybody's expectations by taking Incineroar, which was recently voted on to be bottom 20, bottom quarter of the cast, right? And he piloted that character to second place at the biggest tournament that we basically had all year. And it really goes to show that if you understand not what your character does, but how people react to your character,
Absolutely.
It can be very, very effective. And that is where we saw the DK thrive.
Absolutely, and we see that in this region quite a bit as well. We've had King K. Rool player win a regional recently, Brujo, same guy who beat Mutace and various other very high-level players.
Yeah, you want to talk about another Peach.
Yeah. So we have certainly seen some lower tier characters have success, and especially the heavier ones can be really hard to deal with in a bracket setting. I mean, it's so stressful to play against those characters sometimes. And the best players of those characters, Incineroar, K. Rool, Donkey Kong, are the ones who make you feel that fear, like we were talking about during that set. But it's just when you can get that consistent, that's when they get really scary.
Well, that's the thing about this game, is that it's not like you have to have an infinite well of knowledge. Surely you need to build up, some of your fundamentals. You need to know what makes your character tick, but also human beings are fallible.
Yeah.
And if you understand how to take advantage of that, then you can do things like what we just saw and what will be coming up here at the Almost Pro Open at PAX Arena here at PAX East. We're in Boston. I haven't been to Boston in years, but it is great to be back.
Well, welcome back.
I'm
here every day.
I wonder why that is.
I'm super excited for our next set here. We've got Palka and Kiwi coming up. Unfortunate these two have to be in the same pool. They often play doubles together, very strong doubles team. They play each other quite a bit at events around New England. We saw, anyone who's been watching for a bit, we saw Kiwi earlier. She's a very strong Pac-Man player, a lot of great results for a long time. Has been playing since Brawl very well. Kirby and Olimar in that game, and then Pac-Man ever since, and really has found her character and stuck with it. And of course, Palka, also been around since the Brawl days. Great Falco and Snake player there, but ever since Snake came back in this game, it's been all Snake.
Oh, yeah.
So strong with this character.
I've really enjoyed watching Palka as a player, particularly because there are so many different ways to play Snake. Correct
For
me
more
if
so
I'm
than
wrong.
maybe any other character, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, because you have, again, we talk about like having a bunch of different tools, right? Snake has ways to just play around stage control. He has ways to just set up for combos. He has ways to play around that fear factor, like we talk about. And he's got great close quarters options as well. He can also basically play like a grappler because he has so many things he can do off of his grabs. And correct me if I'm wrong, but one of the things that I usually think about Palka as being is somebody who doesn't commit to a single one of those things as his base play style, but rather that he likes to be very adaptable and pull from many different places.
Yeah, I think that's very much true. And I would say the same of Kiwi with Pac-Man, honestly. It's another character that has a lot of different modes to play through, basically. You know, we think of Pac-Man as a very defensive, very campy character, and he certainly can be. But he's got a lot of very good buttons to press up close. The aerials are very fast, very safe, and a lot of combo ability as well off the forward air, the neutral air, etc. So this is going to be a wild set. You can already see everything flying around the screen. 2 grenades and a C4 on one side, a hydrant and the bonus fruit on the other. This is going to be crazy.
I mean, these are 2 zoner characters, right? I mean,
absolutely.
There is no question about it. Both of these characters can and will camp during a game, but
it's 2 zoner characters with very good buttons up close as well.
Well, that's what I was going to say, is that what makes them very good characters is that they're not just hard committed to doing that. If you get up in their face, they're not helpless. They have tons of things they can do. Like that situation, for example, Palka trying to set up for that forward air, a lot of other zoners being put in that situation would not have a quick enough back air to just toss out to get out of that situation, but Pac-Man does. So he's a very adaptable character, and Kiwi, she's already taken very good advantage of that, already has Palka set up to 122%. There are plenty of confirms he can fish for as Pac-Man here.
Yeah, at this point, if we see a bell, potentially a key or an apple soon as well, that'll start to kill. Oh, I love the setup, but well timed by Kiwi. The air dodge catches the grenade, brings it back over to Palka, who is looking to read a defensive option. And even with all of that, we're still on this first stock that Nikita is going to miss. And Pac-Man, one thing Pac-Man can struggle with is closing out stocks without bell. Now that Kiwi's had time to charge to either bell or key, that's when Pac-Man gets really terrifying. But you do often see people live till, these percents, 160-ish against these characters if they can't find those hard hits.
There's one thing you might have noticed right there, that Kiwi was kind of in front of Palka relative to the fire hydrant, still threw the key at the hydrant. Because one thing that you can't set up for as Pac-Man is throw the key into the hydrant as the water comes out, and the key will get launched back. But Palka got saved because there was a grenade interposing between that, and the grenade blew up and stopped the key's momentum. But Kiwi, just about 2 minutes into this first stock, finally gets that one off the board. And Palka, he does have the Pac-Man at 123, but this is where the waiting game starts, right? You have to wait for that Pac-Man to make a mistake because you're looking for something like that up tilt or a way for him to jump into that C4. But he's a very maneuverable character, so you're kind of waiting for the Pac-Man to make a mistake. Forward tilt's not even going to be enough to do it. Nikita going way up high. Not able to find it, but the mortar strike will point blank. Both players now taking a stock in this game, staying even.
And this is a long game, but this is such a fascinating matchup. There's just so much going on. We saw Kiwi avoid a lot of kill setups there for a long period of time, but still only got 21% off just because Palka had such good control for a while, so we still have a very close game.
Well, when you think of Smash Brothers, you usually think of, Captain Falcon versus Fox, characters running at each other. This is almost like watching Apex Legends or something, right? Like, you have people that are fighting for position and then trying to chip away at each other as they dance around the screen, right? And saying, okay, if you give me a really big mistake, I'm absolutely going to toast you. I'm going to get a big combo here. But you see that most of the time it's chip damage. It's reacting to those small moments where you can actually start building up a lead over time.
Exactly like that, right as you said it. We saw Palka get caught by his own grenade. Kiwi taking advantage of the mistake, gets an aerial, hits the orange. And she's just growing this very small lead that she's had pretty much throughout the whole game, even though it has never been particularly convincing.
Yeah, no, it's not a large lead by any means. I mean, one snake aerial can definitely just even this right back up. Exactly what Palka was looking for. Nice roll towards the hydrant as well, because that was absolutely going to make it difficult for Palka to get a tech chase, which is normally what Snake is looking to set up there.
The hydrant is such an interesting tool in all the different ways it can be used. There's a huge play right there from Kiwi. Throws the bell, looking for the bell to forward smash, but she was also ready for the defensive option where Palka tried to roll through it, able to F smash the roll in as well. So well played by Kiwi. We'll see if she can hold on to this stock long enough to get some extra damage on the board. This is already pretty significant in a matchup like this.
Yeah, this is the first point where we're really starting to see a significant lead come up off the back of that really big read from Kiwi. And Pelka's really going to have to try to play catch-up. You know, the timer is a factor here, although that damage is building up. But Kiwi can just kind of take it easy here, right? Wait for the Snake to make mistakes. You do got to get around Mama Nikita, though. Ooh. The armor of that side B will help out. But man, Kiwi barely holding on at 164. If you get grabbed once by Snake, that stock is done.
Yeah, that is obviously an important part of the Snake matchup. Once you're at 160, that down throw up tilt will confirm all the time. But with a character like Pac-Man and a player like Kiwi, she is so hard to grab. So it's less of a factor. You know, it feels like a finite endpoint to his stock in a lot of matchups. But instead, the endpoint will be the Hydrant.
You weren't watching. You weren't watching for the Hydrant. You forgot that Pelka up-tilted it and that it can still roll off that platform afterwards. And Pelka does have a chance to bring this one back. And again, when we talk about chip damage, Snake is definitely one of the best characters in the game at building up that chip damage. We might be 2 minutes away from the timer running down completely, and Pelka is at 108. We won't see the timer run down either. That was not great DI on that forward smash either. Pelka went straight to that right blast zone, and Kiwi, again, off the back of just a couple really good reads with that forward smash, able to pretty convincingly take that game one.
Absolutely, and I think before DLC, you could have made the argument that Pac-Man had the best forward smash in the game. Even with it, it's certainly up there.
It's close.
It is certainly in the top 5 or so, I would say. Incredibly strong, surprisingly safe, and pretty fast as well. So Kiwi making great use of it there. Pelka getting caught, probably trying to jump away after that tech roll, I would assume. Holding straight towards the blast zone and dies a little early. I think with good DI, he might have lived that one.
If you're enjoying what you're watching now, by the way, you want to make sure that you're back here at 2 when you watch the Pac-Man 99 championships a little bit later, because you got Pac-Man here, you got Pac-Man later, you got Pac-Man right in front of us at the booth. Like literally, Pac-Man is here. I'm looking at real life Pac-Man. Go snap a pic with Pac-Man.
They're not lying. That Pac-Man is here. We'll get back into the virtual Pac-Man here. Kiwi trying to take this set 2-0. This would be probably a slight upset, I would say, but these two can definitely go either way. They go back and forth for sure. We already saw, this is in a tough pool. We already saw Kiwi have to fight Dawn, another very strong player from this region, a Mario player.
That set was close, too.
That was a very good set, yeah. So Kiwi up to a fantastic start in this game, too. 100% to, I think, the chip damage from a grenade hit, not even the explosion. So really well controlled by Kiwi to this point.
The Kiwi looks way more comfortable because there are a couple of mistakes that Pelka is making, you know, particularly in just where he's committing to try to get up close to the Pac-Man. Not being content with just throwing grenades across the stage, right, and just looking for that stage control, because Kiwi's gotten a couple of big combos now, and another big forward smash. It's so lingering.
Yeah.
And with the key in hand now, that stock from the Snake could be gone soon. That's why you see Pelka just go all the way up to the top to just not even let that key, which only goes horizontally, be a factor at all.
Now, this has been so well played from Kiwi so far, but you do always have to watch out for the chip damage from these grenades. It can really add up over time, and eventually you might get to a point where, sure, you might take the stock first, but with the grenade damage adding up, it's not as much of a lead as you'd like. And that's what Kiwi's trying to avoid at this point, really looking to finish the stock off as soon as she can.
This is a really tough spot for Pac-Man to be in, though. Stuck in the corner. Normally, Pac-Man's fine with being in the corner, but when you're talking about Snake being able to contest with that Hydrant, being able to make it basically a non-factor with all those high explosives, and then knowing that you can be so close to death at any time, it's tough. I mean, again, look, we're down a minute and a half. First stock has not been taken on either side. Surely you would have thought that Pelka's would be gone by now, but Snake is so heavy, he's able to stick around forever.
And Kiwi looking for that apple. At this point, a lot of the fruits will kill. Apple will kill. Melon will kill. Of course, Bell will lead into a kill, and the key will kill outright as well. But Kiwi just not able to find that. The Hydrant still not going to take it. Good DI. Pelka living at 192.
And there on the shield won't catch Pelka rolling or anything either. Crawling under the Hydrant, really, really smart too. I mean, just hanging so tough. Missing a grab though, there's not enough. He's above 200%. And I've always said that, look, when your percents start to look like a BMW, you're doing something wrong.
But at this point, he's certainly also doing something right to stay alive this long. I mean, you know, the time very well may be a factor in this game, but it won't be a timeout on the first stock. So being able to hold on to that stock as long as he did, even though he does lose it there, does 110%. This is certainly still a relatively close game as long as Pelka can get this stock off fairly soon.
It's just great mentality shown off by Pelka right now to stay in this game. And look, we're basically right where we were in that game one, where we say, yeah, it's a little bit of a lead for Kiwi, but largely pretty insignificant. And especially when you factor in that Snake is, you know, quite a bit heavier than Pac-Man, it might as well be an even game.
And of course, the fact that Snake it feels like existing on the stage against Snake just does damage over time.
Yeah.
You know, you can only avoid grenades for so long. Even as good as Kiwi is at avoiding them, she'll still take some chip damage from it once in a while. And it's not realistic to sort of avoid that altogether for the whole matchup.
And once again, though, we see Kiwi not able to get like a firm grasp on stage control. It's something that Snake is so good at sealing away from you. Normally, you let the Hydrant kind of do it for you. You play like a 2v1, but Snake gets to do the same thing with the grenades and
exactly.
It might as well be a team battle.
Yeah, these two definitely feel like they're playing doubles against each other sometimes. But now at this point, the Bell is out. A Bell hit in F smash or up smash range would be a kill here. That would be a huge lead. That's a little too high to get anything, but Kiwi's certainly still in a good spot here.
You saw when that Bell connected too, Kiwi didn't want to try to run up for a follow-up either because there was a grenade cooking on that platform, and that would have easily just knocked her away. Ki not going to be able to do it yet. Kiwi builds up another one and hiding behind that Hydrant. You can definitely get some nasty setups like that where your opponent might think, okay, one's done. But like you said, Pelka's played against Kiwi a lot, so he's wise to these setups.
Yeah, these two know each other so well. They've played for so many years in different games. But at this point, Kiwi really is holding on to control of this game. The Apple will take it, even a little bit stale there. Kiwi with a bigger lead now, 62% when the stock was taken. If she can get off this ledge without losing the stock, she's in a very good spot.
It's just a very interesting mentality thing, I think, that's happening right here, that when the stocks are even, Pelka's playing a very defensive game, not really trying to fight super hard for the stage control. But the moment that stock gets taken, you see Pelka goes on the offensive. That's been very effective because Kiwi has not been able to stave off those advances, especially when she's been stuck in the corner. And Pelka really taking advantage of it right now at 100%. Snake is going to soon have big setups on the platform. Reacting to that jump was huge. An even game once again.
Yeah, not such an important setup for Pac-Man. That rising forward air, really strong move. A lot of rising aerials are very unsafe. Pac-Man rising forward air, only -13, which is relatively hard to punish. But Snake up tilt, frame 17 out of shield because it's a frame 6 move. That is actually enough that you'll punish if Pac-Man is pressing another button right after. Basically, the only thing Kiwi can do to avoid getting up tilted there is to air dodge right away.
It's one of those moments where knowing the frame data, knowing how fast moves come out, how long you have to be able to punish them is so important. And like you said, even though that move is very safe on shield, you know, you'd think, okay, the move has to come out in less than a quarter of a second. Snakes comes out in about 1/8 of a second.
Yeah. So even with the shield drop frames, the only way to avoid it, of course, is to air dodge. And now we're in a situation where we're in a very tight game. Oh, Pelka a little late on that grenade throw, though. And at this point, he is certainly in kill range for a Bell combo.
And that's why you see Kiwi building up to that, not looking for the key. I mean, the key is something you use at about 140, 150 against Snake. But right now, you want to use that Bell because it sets up for so much stun. This time, Pelka doesn't give up the roll to sticks and shield because he knows that he can't die to anything off the grab. But at 145, things start to get really scary for him now.
Yeah, now Kiwi going with the key. The key also even scarier because it'll break the Hydrant instantly and have 2 projectiles coming at you at once. So now Kiwi getting to the point where Bell, Key, and Apple are all huge threats.
It's a really big problem for Kiwi missing that Bell, but Pelka's also been giving Kiwi all the time in the world to build out that bonus fruit. Granted, Snake's not very fast to be able to stop you from doing that, but we're ticking down to less than a minute here, 45 seconds, and in the event of it going to time, the player with less percent will be the one to win. But what a big comeback from Pelka. I didn't even realize that would get the KO because it was at such a low percent, but with all that rage, Pelka clawing back a comeback. We're going to game 3.
Yeah, that was absolutely a case of questionable DI as well. Kiwi was trying to drift back and then drift back in to punish potentially whatever Snake was doing next. But unfortunately for Kiwi, she drifts a little too far in, still holding in when the up smash connects. And with all that rage and the DI in, that'll take the stock. So we'll go to a third game of what's been a very entertaining set. We expect another long game here.
You know, it has been a marathon. That's pretty doubtless. But I will say that this is a matchup between zoners that has actually been very entertaining. Most people see, you know, a pair of characters that play at a zone as the game gets started here. You know, most people, you see characters that take a game slow, that they play at a distance, and they think, oh, this is automatically boring. But if you remove that bias, you watch this game, things have been happening for the full 7 minutes that these games have been going. Like, these players have been advancing the game state. And to me, that's what's been making this set interesting.
Absolutely. I mean, I play zoners in the vast majority of games that I play. This is certainly my natural habitat.
You shouldn't have said that. Credibility down.
But this is... Hey, I play Bowser in this game. Is that better?
Down.
Yeah. But yeah, in this matchup, there are just so many things happening, and it's interesting that we see once again a lot of percent built up right off the bat. We see periods of time where less things, less moves are hitting. You'll see them go for 30 seconds or so where they're just kind of dancing around each other and setting up. But the very beginning of each game, we've seen a ton of damage coming out from both sides.
Oh my goodness, and again, the up smash able to take an early stock. It's not even the most particularly powerful up smash, that mortar, but Kiwi's been caught with not the best DI both times. This time, Pelka finally getting to play with the lead, which we haven't seen this entire set yet.
Yeah, this is the first stock lead he's had, and almost the first percent lead he's had at all. But Kiwi will tie it right back up, get us to where we've been most of the games, a pretty even second stock.
And that one went by much quicker, too. I think that Pelka has noticed after those first couple of games that just the more aggressive style, getting right up in Kiwi's face, has been a little bit more effective than just letting her farm for bonus fruit the entire game. And, right now we're going back to these grenades because why not? At this distance, full stage, Pac-Man can't really do much about you chucking grenades at him from a distance. You're basically big artillery, and Pac-Man's not going to be able to build up damage the way that you can from there.
Exactly, and the only way Pac-Man can threaten full screen is with the key. And of course that takes so long to charge, whereas Snake can pull a grenade and throw it right away, can pull another one, really threaten you and make sure you can't sit still and charge. But that's another great coverage of that F smash. We've seen her do that a few times with a late hit of F smash.
Oh my goodness.
Wow.
Made things so complicated right there, but Pelka will be able to hang on even with Kiwi connecting that back here. But again, here's big damage connecting into the forward smash again. With that move being stale, Pelka definitely still able to hang on. But PS2, it's a very large stage on Pokemon Stadium. I mean, from center stage, getting sent to one of the side blast zones, it takes a while.
So that grenade will blow up the hydrant, doing some damage, but this is certainly looking more in Kiwi's favor like we saw a lot of the last couple games. We'll see if she can close out the stock, though. This is the one place where Pelka has really thrived in this set so far, is his survivability.
Yeah, I mean, and you have to with Snake, right? That's one of his biggest boons as a character. Kiwi immediately tossing down that hydrant. Great setup right there, reading Pelka's aggression getting in. Because again, Pelka realizing that the aggression has been what's working. Playing passively has not been, because Kiwi's been able to get whatever bonus fruit necessary. Even living all the way up to 205 again just hasn't mattered, because if you don't get hit, you're going to win.
Yeah, but at this point, you're getting to the point where Pac-Man's back throw will kill, and right on... Oh, and that actually didn't kill somehow from mid-stage, so never mind. Snake is, in fact, very heavy.
He's really heavy. And again, from center stage on Pokemon Stadium 2, right? From the very ledge, the blast zones are actually pretty average to the side. But from the middle, you either got to be at 230% post-hit to get KO'd, or you're going to have to get something big set up because it's such a wide stage.
And now at this point, we are seeing the aggression still, but I feel like we're seeing less calculated aggression from Pelka. Running in for these dash attacks, Kiwi's been ready and punishing them consistently. And now she's really running away with this game. Certainly, the comeback is still possible. We saw Pelka make a big comeback last game, but Kiwi up a full stock now.
I see these grenades not able to get stage control either, because Kiwi's already in Pelka's face. Hydrant pushing away as well with the setup with that Galaxian right there. You can get some crazy combos off of it. The Kiwi, again, just right to the Hydrant and says, "Get out of my face, police."
And she's doing such a good job keeping Pelka out of his comfort zone here. She's staying in that mid-range where Pac-Man's zoning is as effective as Snake's, if not more, as well as moving up and down more quickly so she can use that Hydrant better. Ooh. And finally, Pelka finds that up tilt. So we will get to a last stock situation, but Kiwi is going in with a 105% lead and 2 minutes and 40 seconds on the clock.
The biggest thing for Pelka right now is to find those reads. Those have been the moments where he's really been able to take the stocks, really been able to just boil down Kiwi's gameplay to particular moments where, again, you know that these two have played so often that there are going to be some habits that you can pick out, but the same can go for Kiwi. 125% if you build up to one more bell, especially if you get it directly in the hand, that Snake is going to be in big danger.
And here it is. Kiwi has Bell ready to go. Not going to go pick it up again, though. There is a C4 on that platform. But Pelka just taking extra chip damage from himself even at this point. This is so much damage on Snake. And Kiwi sitting at 25% still, doing such a good job avoiding the chip damage.
There's a little bit from that one grenade. And, when those grenades hit you directly, it deals 4% damage. Not really even sure if it stales. And it's very small, don't get me wrong, but that can build up if you're not careful about it. Pelka, I mean, of course, the explosions do even more. I love the patience right there from Pelka. Putting down the grenade right next to the Hydrant as well to knock it away. Hold on a second. When you're off stage, that's scary.
Oh, Pelka has the sticky on him here. I think he got the sticky down onto Kiwi and then transferred it back to himself. That means the C4 should be still on one of them. Really hard to see. No, and he blows himself up. Oh, he thought it had transferred over to Pac-Man. It's so hard to see on Snake's body because he's wearing all black.
That's how it ends.
And that's how it ends.
And down to you use that, you know, that skin because it's harder to kind of track Snake against dark backgrounds, but having a C4 stuck to anybody in that situation is so risky because you know that if it gets transferred onto you and you can't see it, you press down B, you go into the blast zone, and a 20-minute marathon of a set ends with Palka just going, "Boop, I'm out. I'm gone. I've had enough."
Well, he ends it on his own terms there. That was, he refused to go out in the way that Kiwi would have wanted.
Colonel, sleepy. I'm going Betty Bye.
That is going to be it for the set. So Kiwi makes it through in winner's side out of a very, very difficult pool, defeating Dawn in semis and Palka in winner's finals. So she'll be moving on to top 24 winners side, and whoever makes it to top 24 losers and has to fight Palka, good luck.
Yeah, I mean,
It's a rough draw.
Yeah, Palka's really, really good. I mean, almost doubtlessly going to see him on Saturday. We're taking a look at these DoorDash replays, and we got quite a few replays because there was a lot of match to replay, but the ending of it was pretty sad because, again, you just don't know where the C4 is, and in that moment you notice, oh, that's where it was. It was on me, wasn't it?
And the look of relief on Kiwi's face says it all. She's just like, okay, it's over. You know, if it does transfer there's a very good chance that setup could actually kill Pac-Man and win the set. So, yeah, well played from both players. A really competitive set between two people who know each other very well. But we're going to move over into a very different kind of matchup here. We already saw Nuggets playing a little bit earlier. And now we're going to see, instead of 2 rushdown characters or 2 zoning characters, we're going to see one of each as we watch Nuggets fight Blitz Luigi, the Mega Man.
Yeah, which is, again, I've talked about this all weekend, but if somebody has a character in their tag, they don't play that character. They never do. Unless it's a Sonic player, then you can kind of be like, oh, they're called like True Blue or the Blue
Lucario
or something,
well.
or like something like that, right? But like Lucario does do that.
Lucario does definitely do that.
Will do that. I'll give it up. I'll give it up for that. But like, yeah, you go, okay, Blitz Luigi, got to get ready for
Mega Man.
Mega Man, I guess. Yeah. Okay. Cool.
Yeah, this is going to be Peach, Mega Man. This is an awkward matchup, to say the least. Mega Man, very good at zoning at like a relatively short range by zoning standards. You're the range of the pellets in that like short to mid range, try to lock down your movement. And Peach, and of course Nugget specifically, movement is really what you're looking for here. Nuggets has such fantastic movement with a character who, well, she doesn't move very quickly side to side. She can move in a lot of different directions at any given point in time.
The biggest reason for that being the float, of course, right?
Exactly.
Peach has a mechanic where if you hold up on the control stick, on that little gray stick on the left if you're using a GameCube controller, you get to float, you get to move side to side.
Or also hold jump while pressing down to float at a better height.
Yeah, it's very, very important. It's absolutely integral to her neutral game. And also to her punish game as well. But it's a really big problem against Mega Man because if you get hit while you're floating, then you do get hit out of it, and then you won't be able to use it again until you land. So Mega Man, with the little pellets that he can shoot, the lemons as we like to call them, you get hit by one of those as Peach, you lose your float, you lose your ability to space in the air, so you have to land to then refresh it. Mega Man can take advantage of that. So it's really, really awkward for Peach, and like you said, the maneuverability from Nuggets is going to be so important because you're basically playing Toho up there.
Absolutely, and this is a matchup that I think also got a lot more difficult with the change in the way that air dodges work in this game. Because in Smash 4, short hop air dodge was a really useful option for Peach. She was able to jump and therefore also float before she landed. And that gave her a lot of extra options to deal with Mega Man's zoning. Instead, in this game, she really just has to move very precisely around all the pellets. And we'll see what Nuggets is able to do here. He's certainly played this matchup before. We don't have a ton of Mega Man players, but this character is certainly not unheard of in this region. And these two, I think, have played before a few times as well.
I would imagine, for sure. And yeah, I mean, Mega Man is a character that you do have to be ready for in the meta, right? He is definitely pretty well respected. He's very, very setup focused, and you have to know what exactly he's going to be looking for at any given percent. And I think particularly just the defensive game from Blitz is going to be really, really hard to counteract for Nuggets. And one of the things that can be such a big pain in Nuggets' side is the fact that your turnips can be stuffed out by some of Mega Man's projectiles, and that's usually your way to fight characters at mid-range, which is where Mega Man lives, but if that gets stuffed out, you're kind of left with nothing.
Yeah, and it also we see Mega Man, oh, and here's the Stitch face. We do see that blade, that metal blade, very useful for Mega Man, but honestly not that useful against him, because his own pellets cancel it out. So that's another thing to watch out for, but of course the Stitch face will go through all of those. Stitch Face does about 32 damage, I believe it is.
In case you don't know,
there it
there's
is.
a difference between the turnips that Peach pulls, and if you see the one with the dotted, the two strikes, the two lines on each eye, does tons of damage. We call that the Stitch Face. The dot eyes can also be a very powerful one. Peach can also sometimes pull bombs, which is a game changer, to say the least.
And if you're new to this region, fully expect Nuggets to pull all of the good turnips all the time. This is what he does. He's done it for years. He's done it across multiple Smash games. It's just life. You have to expect that he's going to get a Stitch, maybe every stock sometimes.
I want to point out a great recovery there by Blitz, going high with that Mega Man up B. Mega Man has one of the up B recoveries where you don't get put into free fall afterwards. You can still act afterwards. So he goes past the ledge, above it, and then uses the Mega Buster pellets to fight his way back on against Nuggets, and then burning out all that invincibility by using the Crash Bomber and then covering with that forward smash afterwards was huge.
That's such a difficult scenario to get out of. As Peach there, or really as anyone, you want to roll or neutral get up to get through that Crash Bomber, so you use your iframes from that. However, then there's a forward smash waiting for you. It's so hard to find the right situation to do that. And now Nuggets, despite having a big percent lead there, loses the first stock, and now evens it back up. 2.5 minutes into this game, we're very low percent second stock.
Yeah, like you said, this is going to be a big grind. I mean, last time we saw two zoners go at it, right, and play a bunch of the game at mid to full screen, and now same thing's going to happen most of the time. But what a spike from Blitz. Luigi fight, just getting the perfect spacing on that hard knuckle, calling out that recovery from Nuggets. It's not an easy recovery to snipe out that Daisy recovery, but Blitz doing it perfectly.
And that's something that's so difficult about this matchup compared to a lot of others is a lot of characters, even with really good spikes, it's very hard to actually spike Peach out of the Parasol because it's a huge disjointed hitbox above her. So unless you've got something with an absolutely insane hitbox, something like Falcon down air or DK down air, even though this is difficult, but it is possible. But Mega Man's is a projectile, so it's a completely different thing, and the Parasol doesn't protect you at all.
Loving the movement I saw from Blitz right there off of the rush coil near the ledge just to refresh a bunch of different projectiles all at once. Particularly that leaf shield, which is so difficult to deal with. It's just an active hitbox just looping around the Mega Man. I mean, you can't do anything about it until he throws it. And then the advantage for you as a player going against it is that he has to commit to throwing it. Unless, if you just caught that small tech that Blitz did, if you have a Metal Blade in your hand, when you pull up the leaf shield, you can throw the Metal Blade and the leaf shield just disappears and you don't get caught with the lag. So you basically just have a free second of not being able to be hit.
Yeah, and that's super strong there, of course, if you're able to set that up. But even if you're not, the mix-ups with the Leaf Shield, it is very unsafe if you throw the Leaf Shield from close range, but you have full control of your movement during it. So you can also just hit, like, pull the Leaf Shield up, move away before you throw it if you see that the opponent's ready for it. And that's what Blitz has done a great job of so far. And he's got, that wasn't quite able to take that last stock there, but still a huge lead here.
Yeah, the game is apparently nearing its denouement as we go into the last stock. Nuggets able to find another forward air at very high percents to take that stock. This game is not over yet by any means because Peach has some ability, we talked about this earlier, to rack on some big damage, and I know that Nuggets is capable of it, but you do have to grind for it, and if you're going to win this game, you know that it's going to be coming down to the final seconds.
Absolutely. This is going to take a while if Nuggets is going to come back here. Peach definitely has that big combo game, but at this percent with this much rage, it's hard to get that much. And that will be a forward air to punish that turnip pull. Blitz Luigi takes game one. And really that spike on stock two, the game-changing play there.
It was the game-changing play. I want to draw attention to that final stock, though, in the way that Blitz was able to take it, because there was that moment where they were both kind of standing under each platform on Pokemon Stadium 2. One was under one was on the other. And at that range, normally Peach is going to try to get closer to Mega Man to set something up, right? You want to get near him because he's got the projectiles, he's got the range, and you want to box with him. But Nuggets ran to the other ledge of the stage, which was an immediate tip off to Blitz that he was going to run back and pull a turnip, and he knew that he had enough time to just run over and pull out that flame sword to just immediately demolish that stock. And it was just one of those moments where if you play against this matchup enough, you know that Peach running away from you probably means that she's going to pull the turnip.
Exactly, because there's not a lot else that she benefits from having a lot of space. We are going to get the counter pick to Final Destination here. Now, this is often considered a good stage for a lot of zoners. However, I think Peach and especially Nuggets, very strong on this stage.
Well, one of the big reasons that Peach in general loves this stage, and certainly for a matchup like this, is that, you know, Final Destination, its defining feature is the lack of platforms, right? It's just the one flat stage, but Peach with that float can effectively create her own platforms for a couple of seconds. You know, not quite like Minecraft Steve, but you do still get to play and kind of wait at a different height than other characters are able to do, and that's a huge advantage on FD.
Absolutely, and I think that's something Nuggets takes advantage of very well, kind of creating the benefits of the platforms without having the drawback of having to land around platforms. Definitely something that Peach is able to take advantage of on this stage that no one else really is in the same way.
Yeah, it's usually a tenet of Smash that if you're above your opponent, it's a bad place to be, but on Final Destination as Peach, again, like, you can kind of maneuver around the stage that other characters can't really contest, and Mega Man doesn't hit above him super effectively.
Yeah, Mega Man has a very good up air for hitting straight up, but doesn't have a lot else to cover, you know,
he doesn't have
different
angles.
diagonals. Yeah, he definitely has some blind spots there that he has to cover really with like specific height jump pellets. And while those do work and will cancel out the float, that's not really the reward Mega Man is looking for, and it's not a particularly risky thing to go for as Peach.
You see it working out for Nuggets so far. I mean, does have the percentage deficit right now, but, I mean, has looked a little bit more comfortable on FD. Blitz, though, not uncomfortable in the least either. I mean, again, Nuggets hasn't really had any answers to these big projectile setups. And, I mean, when you're throwing so many at you, in Nuggets' position, it can kind of give you decision fatigue. But like you were talking about, there's that Stitch face. That could be a game changer.
And there it is. Gets one hit with it to tie it up. The next one will kill if it's near the ledge.
And that's why Blitz is fighting for center stage, because he knows, like, okay, if I get hit by that at center stage, ideally I don't get hit by it at all. But if I do get hit by it over here, you can't shield anymore either, because that would break it. But great play around that right now. You know, notice that Nuggets was going to get aggressive, punished it with that backer, takes the lead.
All right, that Stitch did go a long way towards evening this game up, though. At this point, that forward air might take it. Mega Man is very heavy, though. Even though he's small, he is made of metal, so he will be living that one.
How did that happen? Oh, good old Dr. Light giving his own son a good advantage, but there we go. The neutral air from Nuggets able to take that stock, evening it up completely here at 0-0. We saw how Nuggets almost took that first stock as well with a jump read with that forward air, which is how he got 2 stocks in that first game as well. Like, that's kind of been the primary opener for him.
Yeah, and interesting that he also goes for the jab to follow up on the turnip. Not sure if that was a mistake or not, but it is the fastest move Peach has. Her jab comes out in 2 frames. So there are times where that is the only thing that you can get out of certain situations. Peach jab not good at much else other than being frame 2, but being that fast certainly has its uses.
And we see Blitz just taking center stage firmly from Nuggets. I mean, these last 30 seconds, not a whole lot of damage has been built up because, again, you know, Nuggets knows that he has to be careful. He can't take a bunch of chip damage because otherwise Blitz is going to start hunting for those big setups. And center stage is the place to be on FD because otherwise you got nowhere to run.
And I think we're seeing Blitz Luigi take advantage of a lot of what makes Mega Man so strong in this game. You know, he does do so much chip damage just by the pellets, the Crash Bomber, the Metal Blades, and of course the Leaf Shield as well. But he also has that real kill threat in this game. He's got so many setups for like early kills, but then also a lot of moves that'll just kill straight up. The forward air certainly kills early at ledge, as does the back air. And Mega Man just does not have a problem killing in this game. Setups like that, the Metal Blade back air will put Nuggets on his last stock.
That's one of those, it's just a totally riskless Metal Blade to throw out because if you throw it up there and Nuggets doesn't jump off of ledge, you can still cover the stuff on the ground. But the moment that you see that Metal Blade confirm, or the moment that you really even see Nuggets jump off the ledge, you know that Metal Blade is going to hit. You can immediately jump up, set up for that attack cancel back here, and Blitz just 1 stock away from moving on and pulling off what I would consider to be a small upset.
Yeah, I think that in general, by seeing that would probably be a slight upset, but these two certainly pretty evenly matched players. We don't see Blitz Luigi very often. He is from, I believe, Connecticut and not Massachusetts, so we don't see him in these tournaments too much.
Oh, Mr. Saturn.
This is the Mr. Saturn, so this will break a shield if it hits, but...
You know, that's impactful in different matchups more. It's really bad for Nuggets if Blitz has it, because honestly, Mega Man doesn't shield too much in this matchup, but Peach actually needs to make use of it. So, I mean, yeah, if I'm Nuggets, I want Saturn off the stage. And you are going off the stage, too, with that hard knuckle. Man, Blitz found one in every single game, and that one was emphatic.
Now, a very big way to finish off that set. Blitz Luigi taking it 2-0. And he'll move on out of that pool on winner's side, which means Nuggets will also get in top 24 on the loser's side. So both of them moving on to Saturday. But very well played by Blitz Luigi, staying in the winner's side of the bracket.
Yeah, really good stuff. I mean, just demonstrating why that matchup is so hard for Peach, because that was a constant hail of projectiles. It was basically a Supercell thunderstorm that he was just throwing at Peach, and it was just masterful demonstration of that. So good stuff to Blitz Luigi. I'm impressed.
Absolutely. Very well played there. That'll be the end of the winner's side of that pool. I believe we do have at least one more match coming through in the loser's side.
I do believe that we're going to actually toss it over to stage, if I'm not mistaken. But we are going to, I think we should talk about some of the action that we've seen and some of the action that won't be happening on stream because we got the Pac-Man 99 championships coming up.
We do have that coming up in just a moment.
I mean, that's
gonna be super fun.
That is a can't miss. Like, you have got to watch
I love that game.
because
That game's great.
you might think, like, okay, how good can you be at Pac-Man 99? Trust me, it can get crazy. But before we get to that, we're going to talk a little bit about some of the action that we've seen. So we're going to toss it over to the stage to Vanessa, and we are going to see just what we got going on up there.
Thanks, casters. So we are going to do something a little bit differently here and give Nuggets a little bit of spotlight up on the stage because you do still have more games to play. Okay, I'm going to be honest. I have a lot less notes because I thought I'd be interviewing the other person, but that's okay. Okay, so little weird, but we'll do it this way. You obviously did just lose 2-0, but you were up against, I believe the Blitz is from Connecticut, so not quite the locals. Have you ever played that matchup before?
Fun fact, actually, we played last night in another tournament, and it was Game 5, super last hit, super competitive. So we haven't played a lot, but every time we do play, it's very stressful, very intense. We're both mashing a bunch of buttons, but it's always a great time. He's a great guy, and I always like playing against him.
Okay, so button mashing is the strategy there, absolutely.
Oh, definitely. I have to get in, and I gotta mash on him because he keeps me out a long time, and he racks up damage over like a long course of time. So I have to get in and make the most of it and get a lot of damage in on him.
Does that cause you to change who you're gonna pick or play if you see that matchup, or you're a main and you're not changing anything?
Daisy's my girl. I can barely play her, but yeah, so she's my tried and true, and I think I can do it with definitely a bit more practice and discipline, but it definitely is, I have to work for it because he makes me work for it, so.
Hey, that's good. That's how you learn. Well, you're not out of Almost Pro. You have more matches ahead of you, so, hopefully I'll get to interview you again here up on stage. For now, I believe this is it for Almost Pro for the day, but the action is not over here up on stage. We saw a lot of Pac-Man from Kiwi earlier, and we're gonna see more Pac-Man after we take a break, so don't go anywhere. We'll see you soon. So tell me more about this deluxe machine.
As the Deluxe is representative of a new line, we're really excited to kick it off with one of our most iconic flagship titles, Pac-Man, which is the most iconic arcade cabinet of all time. It's something everyone loves, and we couldn't think of a better IP to put into our first machine.
How closely does this resemble the arcade machines we love and remember from back in the day?
So absolutely every machine we make is fully licensor approved with original artwork taken straight out of the past. So this is a completely authentic recreation with only improvements given, such as Wi-Fi support and a larger games list. And what's even cooler is, we've just launched our Arcade 1-Up companion app, and this seamlessly connects to that, along with all past Arcade 1-Up machines. My single favorite feature is actually the friends list. For the first time ever, you can message people, and you can develop a community to play multiplayer tournaments, have leaderboards, compete with people, even message your friends, I'm online, let's play a game. Also, you can track your game library to have a truly personalized experience. It's almost as if you're building a virtual arcade right on your phone with our machines.
What if I have no idea how to play any of these games?
Well, we have an amazing tips and tricks section actually written by our Arcade 1-Up staff that might give you a leg up over the competition.